It's time to start the show. The gang is ready. Let's go. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts. Oh, no, let's go. Go crazy. Let's get nuts.
Hey.
That's great. Now that's the way to start a radio show.
Hey, welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Welcome to the Asylum.
That's crazy in here.
Yeah. Whoa. Troy, calm down a second. We're going to have to find a straitjacket for you.
All day I thought of that yesterday. That last thing he says.
You want to get nuts?
Jim Norton and Sam, how does he say it again?
Jim and Sam.
Yeah, all day.
Jim and Sam.
All day that was in my fucking head.
It's so funny. You hear these jingles, and in the context of just like, here's a jingle I made, you don't realize what it is, right? And then in the context of, well, what if we had stuff from the movie Batman, the Tim Burton movie,
right?
And then played as the intro to the show? Then you go, okay, no, I hear this now.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Let's get crazy.
That's the new intro. I think it's perfect.
I think we should keep it for
I do
now.
too.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I just hope it doesn't bother people. I'm afraid that the Jim and Sam will really annoy people.
I was on Twitter yesterday, and I didn't hear, nobody picked up on the new jingle.
They didn't.
Actually, I take that back.
I noticed a couple.
Many did.
Yeah.
Many did, and it was the damn Sam that stuck in people's heads.
Yeah, they found it pretty enraging. I just couldn't all day. It was there.
Yeah.
It was like a smell. It's one of those things where you're walking around, you just smell something in the room. That's what it felt like.
Right. It was just omnipresent. It's
Yeah.
essence. The essence of that sound.
Jim and Sam.
It's just there.
Jim and Sam.
Jim and Sam. Oh,
that was a long day yesterday.
Just humming Jim and Sam to yourself really quickly.
Not humming it, just hearing it, like feeling it.
Not even melodic. Yeah. So you didn't even hear the melody.
Jim and Sam.
It's just,
that's it.
Right.
In
It's
the
just
head.
there.
Yeah, it was like tinnitus.
Oh,
you tune it out, but you know it's
it didn't go away.
No, it's like as soon as you go, oh, there it is.
Right.
All fucking day.
Right.
I was like, what is that? Oh, that's right. That's Jim and Sam.
That's Jim and Sam. That's the new jingle.
That noise.
That's what we want. We want that noise to affect people like tinnitus. You can't get rid of your tinnitus. Baby Driver has to walk around with earphones in his ears all the time because he's got such bad tinnitus.
This Jim and Sam is gonna be in people's heads a lot.
I think so. Travis, have you has this affected you at all?
Yep.
Wait, did you think of it?
All day.
Travis is very susceptible.
I really am.
He is. Rob, are you proud that you've really created something here? We didn't necessarily. And I texted with Jim yesterday, and I said.
Sexting.
We weren't sexting. It was just regular texting. And I told him that you pick up the more like you listen to it. Because I heard Travis stole that idea from, I think, Guido Juice on Twitter.
Yes.
His production idea.
I didn't steal anything. We talked about it on the show.
He did a very good job yesterday.
He did a very good job.
Yeah, Travis made a show version of Guido Juice's idea. So thanks to him on Twitter.
Rob did too. We used Rob's.
But, Rob helped produce it?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I mean...
Based on Guido Juice's idea.
And Rob shaved. Good boy.
Rob looks good.
It's distracting, isn't it?
It is. Since Rob had his original, session,
right,
he was able to kind of make the three Jim and Sam's a little smoother than I
like that.
I saw the boss's tweet, and I got to work.
Jim and Sam.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the attitude this kid has.
I love that we had to go into the original work parts to really because the last thing we want to do is upset the integrity of the piece, right?
That's right.
We have to go into the original master recordings.
Sure.
It's like a Brian Wilson remastering. Like
digitally
no.
remastered.
We need each little sound. We need that wall of tapes that he had because I think the tambourine over here just needs to be brought up just a smidge.
That's what that was. You didn't want to recreate it. You wanted to redo it. You wanted to clean the old tapes off.
Yes.
Really digitally remaster Zeppelin music and release it. Oh my God, digitally remaster. That's what this was.
Each separate track.
Yes. You did a good job with it.
And I was telling Jim that, because you re-listen to it, because I was listening to the versions that people were making on Twitter and stuff, and you re-listen to it and it hits you differently. And now, you remember, it struck me when you first played it, I was making fun of your singing voice.
Yes.
Like, your singing voice makes me laugh. That's what really is making me laugh about it now.
Because I'm trying.
And after a few times, it's like, now that's the funny part, is Rob going, ready, here we go.
You really are.
Yeah, just singing.
Oh, good. That was live, by the way.
That was great.
That was live. Wow, well done. I would have thought that you were just playing some of the intro.
Yeah. No.
That was good.
Will you come to my live wrestling podcast? I feel like you'd be a huge draw if people know that's going to happen live.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, I'm invited.
All right, good.
Do I get a pin too?
You can get a little.
We should do that at our next live event.
What?
him
Have
sing.
him perform it
He
live.
should
Yeah.
perform the intro live when we start.
How
Yeah.
great would it be to have?
I could make a dance too.
We'll do a live event and have Rob come out in like a velvet tux with like ruffles and everything, just a black velvet tuxedo with a big 70s bow tie and ruffles
Cummerbund.
and a cummerbund. Yeah.
One
And
of those long microphones.
Yeah. Well, and it's he's got the Price is Right microphone, and he's doing that Vegas lounge thing, like ready, here we go.
Yeah,
And then everybody,
belts it out.
Everybody will sing along.
Let me see. Go down a little bit, Troy. What is this thing of Travis? This old thing of Travis on Twitter?
He belts it out through that little nose of his, as long as it holds up. You can't do coke because we need that nose. You have to sing through it.
Oh my God! I don't know. Some line
That's
of that we
from
did.
I think
Travis
our
is dancing.
comedy.
Yeah,
When we had to do staff stand up.
yeah, but it's fun to watch you dancing.
Yes, it's a nice little gif.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it makes you think like, oh, that probably is what he does when he hears the Jim and Sam
Oh,
song.
that's,
Yeah.
that's the same guy whose idea I stole.
Guido juice.
Oh boy, that's exactly how Travis moves around the office too. In this music playing,
He
just
does.
kind of dances with his arms going in a semicircle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ready, here we go.
I'm glad that we have a new. 'Cause what's happening is now too here at Sirius, we got an email that we're featuring the channel in highlights at the end of the month, which is really good. Good, big news.
It's gonna be like a coloring section or like a very easy crossword puzzle.
Goofus and Gallant. It goes out to the 30 million subscribers. Don said he wants to get a few things from us by the end of the week. A one sentence to describe the show. 5 things you didn't know about the hosts, and he said, keep it clean.
Oh.
Any questions, please let me know. Don Wickland. Now, we have to come up with 5 things that they didn't know, I guess about us, not each of us.
No, but you mean as us as a? Should we do our 5 things as a couple?
No, I mean as a show. What do they mean? I would do 5 individually. It's fine.
I would think it was 5 per host, but it might be funnier if we do 5 things as a couple.
I thought
We should do.
I thought it was as a show.
We should do 5 things you might not know about Jim and Sam, but it's things that you and I do together as a couple. Like we just don't understand. Like the things that we do when you and I are just alone in our free time.
Yeah, Travis, what do you think?
I took it as 5 things we didn't know about the hosts.
Individually.
No, total.
So I thought
just
so
like
too.
just like 5 things, maybe 3 about Jim, 2 about Sam.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
I want to do it as a couple. Each fact is about Jim and Sam together.
How about
like Jim and Sam like to do this.
Jim and Sam?
Oh, Jim and Sam just got a new intro.
No. It's got to be. It's got to be
I like
stuff.
that.
But I want stuff in our personal life. Like I want to pull the curtain back and let everybody know what happens in the Jim and Sam house.
Jim and Sam and
like soda.
that's well
Jim's
known.
car is green.
Jim and Sam enjoy attending lemon parties.
yeah. That's it.
That's one.
Travis, will you please write that down?
Writing it down, Jim and Sam.
Because
enjoy
Travis-
attending lemon party.
The Travis dog is responsible for the one sentence to describe the show, what it covers, topics, themes. Do you have our sentence done yet?
No, I mean we were.
I thought you were going to do the sentence.
No,
You should
I
do
mean,
the sentence
I
because
can.
you watch the show like a
Lucky spectator.
like Zeus on Mount Olympus from above.
You said douche wrong.
Oh, that's what I meant. Like a douche on Mount Olympus. Okay, so that's the first fact.
Jim and Sam enjoy attending lemon parties. How about Jim and Sam co-raise a dog named Travis?
Yeah. That's perfect. Can you please put that down?
Hang on, I'm finding the original email.
Yeah, Jim and
Yeah.
Sam co-raise a dog. Somehow Frank in the Bronx, you both like anal play. That's not
That's
clean.
not clean.
It's true. It's not clean.
Trust me, it gets very
There's
dirty.
lemon parties.
No, lemon parties. What are you talking about?
No, lemon parties not dirty.
We get our friends together, we eat some lemons, and
Jim and Sam enjoy attending lemon parties.
yeah, lemon parties are when you and your friends get together, you eat a bunch of lemons, and then you see who has the funniest sour face.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just ate something sour.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all that is.
Jim and Sam co-raise a dog
Named Travis.
named.
It should a rescue dog named Travis.
Even better, a rescue
Because,
dog.
You know, the Travis dog lost one of his parents.
That's right. Co-raise an orphaned rescue dog.
Yes, an
named
orphan
Travis.
rescue dog named Travis. Yep.
An orphan.
That's a fact that a lot of people might not know about the show.
All right, that's 2.
Jim and Sam love to irritate their listeners. Phil in Minnesota is saying yes. It's accurate.
But I don't think that's one of the facts. I mean, we need
We need a
facts.
secret fact about personal lives.
And it's got to be endearing about us. Like, it's got to be, like,
Charming.
lovable, charming stuff where people are like, oh, these guys are great guys. I want to listen to the show.
Yeah, something fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to put anything in about the asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the new hashtag?
What is it?
Be committed.
Oh, that's great. That's nuts. Oh, that's nuts.
What if you know what we should do?
The gang is ready.
We should steal some of what John and Jeff's We're Two Guys.
Oh, God, yeah.
We should steal some of their stuff. What did John and Jeff say about themselves? We're two guys.
Where's your guys who think that if you don't want to do the time, you shouldn't do the crime?
Okay, should we put that for ours?
That was one of them.
Is it?
Should we steal that?
How about Jim and Sam think if you don't want to do the time, you shouldn't do the crime?
Yeah. Can you write Jim and Sam are two guys who think
two guys who think.
If you if you don't want to do the time, you shouldn't have done the crime.
Want to do the crime.
Right.
If you
No,
don't
you don't
want
want to do the time.
If you don't want to do the time, you shouldn't do the crime.
Right.
do the crime.
Kevin and Philly, that's not helpful.
What did Kevin and Philly think that we should add to our description? Again, this is going to go out. Somehow SiriusXM has 30 million email addresses. This is going out to all the subscribers, as in like, hey, we got a bunch of hot new shows on SiriusXM.
Yeah.
Here's one you should check out, and here's 5 reasons why that'll endear you to the host. So that's what we're going for here.
Now, all right, let's see Kevin and Philly. Do you think this will help us?
Jim and Sam, a morbidly obese man, runs the channel.
That has nothing to do with us.
All right.
Funny.
Thanks, Kevin.
I don't think our boss Eric will let us put that on the email.
Yeah, it's not helpful. It's not helpful, Kevin. It's mean-spirited.
No, but I like that.
We have 3 so far.
Yes. Maybe. What about going back to the John and Jeff theme? Would it fit if we write Jim and Sam just got back from a vacation in Thailand? That's not a bad idea, right?
No, yeah, Jim and Sam just got back from vacation in Thailand. Yeah, I like that. That's great.
That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Because, we like to also travel together.
Sure.
We see the world. And the point is, the point of that is, all these are justifiable.
The point is that the listeners don't know it, and it's something in our private lives.
Well, should this be like evergreen, where you just got back from vacation, but maybe Jim and Sam routinely vacation?
How about once a year, Jim and Sam go on vacation?
Yeah, once a year is good.
For 2 weeks a year, Jim and Sam vacation to Thailand.
Jim and Sam.
Yeah.
Like it's a regular.
Right, and that way it works on 2 levels. Number one, if you haven't heard the show before, it's a worldly show. We bring some of that worldly experience too.
And we do it for a while because we do this every year.
Yeah, and then people will also know, hey, you got to give us our 2 weeks off a year because we like to go to Thailand together.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Jim and Sam spend 2 weeks together in Thailand each year.
That's right.
All right.
How about Jim and Sam were featured? We're the featured radio show at Pride. No, that's no good.
No.
No.
It would be funny if
Jim and Sam co-raise a baby named Edgar.
because we already did co-parent the dog.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, we could mention that secretly Jim and Sam run the channel. Because it would really irritate other people on the channel if we wrote that and SiriusXM published it.
You think they'd be annoyed?
I think everybody would be annoyed. Yeah.
Jim and
Right? Let's see. Jim and Sam started docking shafts in the mid 2000s.
it's not helpful.
Chubbs 7789 just tweeted that to @Jim and Sam show. That's not right. That doesn't help us because it's not that clean.
These are also supposed to be facts that we didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's well known.
Someone, by the way, we're getting a request while we think, and I think we should honor this. Chris
Okay.
in Chicago wants to listen to the intro again.
Okay, let's check out the intro.
Give me an intro.
Yeah, one more time.
I think it's that I look at my whole life.
Right.
And I see the awful, terrible things in my life and turn it into something funny.
It's
my favorite part.
time to start the show. The gang is ready. Let's go. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam.
Come on, let's get nuts.
What a great intro. I'm so happy with all that.
Man, so I couldn't be more pleased.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's an absolute douche fest.
I mean, just imagine the idea that a radio show hadn't even been on the air a year yet. Is what would be great if we really told the listeners how crazy we were. You know what about that great line from Batman, the Michael Keaton line where he goes, "Let's get nuts."
Yeah, the glass breaking.
Yeah.
The timing of it does work for an intro.
It's great. It's perfect.
The timing works really, really well. And we've acknowledged that it was the worst line in the entire franchise.
Plus, you hear something like the glass shatter, you think it's going to be something cool like Stone Cold, and it's something even cooler, like Michael Keaton delivering the line of the century.
So we have to have one more line that tells people something we don't know.
How many do we have so far?
4.
Do we have 4?
We have 4, but I still don't think that they'll accept the lemon party one.
Why?
Well, that's not dirty.
We like to see who has the funniest sour face. Right now, Troy has the funniest sour face. Oh, there he is. That's what he looks like when he eats a lemon. He goes like this. Ooh, this is so sour. It's just fun. We get the guys together.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's
No.
fun.
We have to do one more. What's the 5th one we can do? Something that people didn't know. Can't put docking helmets.
Let's see.
Jim and Sam make their staff have rainbow parties.
What's a rainbow?
I don't know what that is.
Rainbow party is what they do in high school,
Yeah.
where each girl puts on different lipstick
Okay.
and sucks different cocks, and then you have rainbows on the cock.
Right, because the girl, they would only suck so far as the last girl.
Right.
And so then they make a different colored lip print.
Yeah.
I'd hate to go last in that one. If you were a girl. The girl sucking dick with lipstick.
This all end with green. Girl with the green lips.
Yeah, sucking dick after every other girl's been sucking dick.
Oh, I know.
What?
Jim and Sam use large font when texting on airplanes.
Hilarious.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, because we do. Jim and I.
I've been made fun of for using large font while texting on airplanes.
We're not 20-year-olds anymore. Either one of us. We both are on the other side of 30.
Yeah.
And that's as far as we go.
I'm on the other side of 40.
Wait, I didn't want to go that far.
Oh,
Jim.
it's okay. It's a fact.
Okay. I mean, you're way on the other side.
Yeah. I'm 50.
Yeah. And so we need to get the text big on the phone.
I agree.
And when does that really come back to bite anybody in the ass?
It just doesn't.
No.
I mean,
it's just a helpful thing.
It is. Texting on a plane. I mean, I don't care if anybody happens to be behind me reading over my shoulder. Let them.
Right. Who cares? Right.
It's not important.
Like, what are you texting about? Plus,
nothing illegal.
No. And I would imagine. Yeah. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, not like you're on Southwest Airlines and you're texting about sexually abusing children and bestiality.
What are you talking about? That guy got a raw deal.
You think so?
Yeah. That lady should be arrested for being nosy.
Well, a woman caught a man named Michael Keller on a Southwest Airlines
Mikey
flight.
Kell, that's his email.
Oh, is that right?
Hey, Mikey Kell. Good boy.
Yeah. He was traveling and he's on the plane, right? The plane touched down in San Jose from Seattle. And the witness, who's a preschool teacher, probably not the best person to witness that. Yeah, the witness is a preschool teacher. Said the 56-year-old suspect was sending the illicit messages on his smartphone in plain sight. She was able to read them because he was sitting right in front of her and using a font bigger than usual.
How big is your font where someone can read your pedophile text behind you? Unless you're sending photos. Who the fuck is writing? What are you writing that's so big that someone can read that?
That he can't see well.
No, but what are you? How are you talking? What are you saying? Like that's not in code? Are you just talking about like what could you possibly be saying that's so obvious?
I mean, God damn it! I thought everybody knew by now. Just talk about pizza.
Yeah,
it's pizza.
Yeah,
that's what we talk about. She snapped a photo of the text and then quietly showed them to a crew member. That's how big his font was.
Wow.
That she was able to get a photo of it on her phone, and then she showed the photo to a flight attendant or whatever. And you could read the text on the photo.
And they arrested also 50-year-old Gail Burworth. What an unsexy name. At her home in Tacoma. Who you dating? I'm going out with Gail Burworth for a while.
I don't know. He's been seeing Gail Burworth for some time.
He's really changed since he started dating Gail Burworth.
I don't know. Ever since that Burworth girl showed up, he's really a different guy.
How much is Burworth? I'd say $10 million.
You talking about Bill Burr? Right. Burworth.
So they, I don't know what's even arrestable unless there's photos. But if you're just texting, I don't think texting like that's illegal. It's not illegal to text inappropriate or horrible things.
But you could probably,
unless there's photos.
The problem is you get arrested right away on suspicion, and then they can go through all your shit. Now they have a reason to go through all your shit and try to find stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
If there is stuff.
If the text was, but like, what could you be saying that could be photographed that would give away that you were going to have sex with kids?
So he was detained.
Right. Okay.
And then the police said that the conversations were very particular in regards to sex acts that were to be performed on children. Oh. Some of the sex acts talked about not only molesting children, but performing bestiality.
But were they about things they had done or were going to do?
I think going to do, because then the investigation resulted in her arrest.
They're just making a plan for the evening now.
I'm wondering if they go to jail
wait
or
to fuck those kids later.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what are you saying that's so crazy?
Do we have that mic isolated?
Nope.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't think we were talking, so just save it in the recording.
Yeah.
That's
right.
That's one for the ages. Matter of fact,
can we get that back?
Yeah. Can we do the rewind game? Let's
make sure nobody's talking over that.
Yeah. Troy, you like that from from a production standpoint? Is there anything we can do with that?
Maybe you should just add it to the intro.
Hey,
all right. The Travis dog getting highlighted again. Yeah. I think maybe at the end of the show today, we should remind everybody that Travis dog has line of the day.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Although if he's the Travis dog, he should have said pups. Get it? Little kids.
Yeah, little dogs.
Yep.
He's playing the rewind game just to.
I got it.
Okay. They're just making a plan for the evening now.
I'm wondering if they go to jail
wait
or
to fuck those kids later.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what do you think? Wow.
That's pretty clean. I could do something with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I would love to know what these people were texting. Like, what are you saying that is so obvious that someone could look over your shoulder and know who you're talking about?
Yeah, it says.
Like, are you writing? I can't wait to sleep with that 5-year-old tonight. Like, what are you writing?
I don't think you're writing sleep with.
But I'm saying, like, what could you be saying?
Yeah, and the fact that there had to be ages in the text, right?
Crazy. Also, It's not illegal just to fantasize about things. Like, they have to be careful with that, too. Like, if someone's just saying dumb, crazy shit, that's not against the law.
Well, what happened to that cop? Didn't that cop go to jail for...
He got out.
He got out?
He was released. Yeah, he never should have went to jail. Because if you're doing it, you should go to jail, of course.
Because he was just... They found, what, journals that he had when he was writing about how he wanted to eat his fellow police officers.
No, his wife.
Oh, his wife. But he
Gilbert, his name was Gilbert...
Godfrey.
No.
Well, are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to eat her I can't do my voice. Fucked up. I forget his name was Gilbert something. And
but he didn't actually cook his wife and eat her.
No, but he was planning out her route when she jogged, and he got fired actually for going to the police. Gilberto Vale. He had gone into the police computers to look up information on a woman that he was fantasizing about killing.
Right.
So he did do something that you're not allowed to do as a police officer, which is access those computers for personal use. So I think technically that's how they got him to fire him. But I think he went to jail because they said it was way beyond just fantasizing, because he'd been planning, but he technically didn't do anything illegal.
Yeah, you can't minority report people.
No. It's creepy, and he's a creepy guy.
Keep your eye on him. When this stuff happens, it's what I said before. It's now you have this evidence of this text. So all you can do is investigate based on the text, you know?
What do you think about that girl? I have mixed feelings about that girl going to jail. The girl who encouraged her boyfriend to commit suicide through text. First of all, I don't think that she should have went to jail, but she's such a cunt that I'm happy she's going.
Yeah, when I first heard the story, I was like, I don't... This idea that you can convince someone to kill themselves over text feels far-fetched to me.
Although when you read it, she's such a hateable person.
Yeah, then
I'm happy to see her life ruined.
Then it said there were thousands of texts, and she kept doing it, and she kept texting him, and at that point I go, okay, well, maybe I don't have such a problem with it. But it starts to... I don't know what the legality of it is. I don't know that I'm comfortable with a legal precedent being set that you can text somebody into killing themselves.
What did she scroll down a little bit to what she actually said? Okay, disturbing text messages at the heart of the case. She was 17, he was 18. And Conrad Roy, she texted him to get back in the truck as it filled with carbon monoxide. She's like, you can't think about it. You just have to do it. You said you were going to do it. Like, I don't get why you aren't. Carter texted Roy that he killed himself in a Kmart parking lot. In other texts, she had taunted him. He was depressed and had attempted suicide before. But I bet you're going to be like, oh, it didn't work because I didn't tape the tube right or something like that. I bet you're going to say an excuse like that. You seem to always have an excuse. Like, she's fucking with him mentally, She's a complete piece of shit. She's a cunt. Like, so I'm kind of glad, even though I don't think legally she should go to jail, fuck her.
Yeah, when I looked at
I'm happy to see her life wrecked.
When I looked at the premise of it, I was like, how do you text somebody into killing themselves? That seems like a slippery slope.
Absolutely.
But then once you read these texts, you're like, she was a woman on a mission.
She's a piece of shit.
She's a piece of shit.
But again, when you're texting somebody also, you don't know if they're actually doing what they say they're doing. To me, that's a big thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff you talk about, whether it's sex or whether it's things you want to do, whatever it is.
Could be sex, could be drugs, could be rock and roll.
Yeah, we're all three in the same text.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is not stuff you're going to do. Text has a certain thing of, there's a certain fantasy element to it, and you honestly don't know what someone's doing when you're texting them.
It's a buffer from reality.
Of course it is. You don't know where someone is. Someone could be saying, hey, I'm going to go do this. You can be like, oh, yeah, go do it. Meanwhile, they're in their house.
Right.
Do you know how many things I've texted to women that I would do to them that I would never do to them? Sexually, I mean, like just fun sexual shit.
Satisfy them?
Yes, be a man, keep an erection.
Right.
Make love to you for more than 3 minutes without apologizing. But just things like that, like you talk about things you're never going to do, and you know you're not going to do them.
Yeah.
And the person you're talking to knows you're not going to do them. That's what makes it safe. You're both in this weird place where you know it's not going to happen.
When you look at the text that she was sending, do you think she was living in a fantasy world, or do you think she wanted?
She's a piece of shit. She's like one of these attention whore.
Yeah.
These people are kind of killable, where they want someone else to die or to have tragedy so they can get attention. So she wanted to have a tragedy, her boyfriend killing himself, so she would get the attention as the girlfriend whose boyfriend killed her. Like she's just worthless.
And somebody on Twitter had a good point that if she was sending, like, if the texts sounded just like this, and it was convincing him to kill somebody, right, and he did it, she would be an accessory to that murder. Like,
but I don't think she should be. I don't think she should be through text. I don't think through texting someone when you're not there.
Or you call somebody and tell them to kill somebody.
I don't know.
It's a weird thing.
It's a weird line because, again, somebody is doing an action that you're not making them do.
Somebody just sent a meme from the 80s.
To enlarge the text on the call.
Of a kid giving a thumbs up. And it says, Sirius XMIT responds to Jim Norton's request to enlarge the text on the call screen. It's a little kid typing on an 80s computer, just giving the weirdest thumbs up I've ever seen in my life.
And Mike says we're forgetting that she sent texts to her friends saying, uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble. So what? She thought she was in trouble. Again, I think she's a piece of garbage, but I just don't think you can convince someone to kill themselves through text message. He had attempted suicide before. It's again, and she's hateable, but it's his own fucking fault. No one made me. Maybe someone could have pushed me over the edge at one point.
Right.
And the fact that she would do this to somebody who was so upset shows you that she's probably a sociopath. And the fact that she is now going to suffer makes me happy. She's only getting 15 months, but that's a long time in jail when you've never gone to jail.
She's got a Sam Roberts level forehead.
She really does. She's a she has a misshapen head. She's a big, dumb, misshapen face. And the fact that he killed himself for this fucking lumpy, fucking shitty girl shows you that he's a fucking idiot to begin with.
Does she have an eyebrow pencil in jail? What's going on?
Yeah, people keep making fun of her eyebrows for some reason.
Well, she's got those. She's trying to pull out those Cara Delevingne eyebrows.
With a Michaela Maroney face. What was that one face she was making?
the Obama face.
Is that her name?
Michaela Maroney.
Michaela, yeah. She's cute. Oh, look at her now. Funny, she wasn't sad when her boyfriend was killing himself. She said now she's going to go to jail. Good.
I think that the text... you could talk about it on a legal level, or you could talk about it with just this person. Like, I'm glad misfortune is coming to this woman.
Absolutely, emotionally, and there's a difference. It's like the death penalty. I don't think necessarily it works to deter people, but I do think it's satisfying to see a pedophile killed.
Yeah, I'd like to see that guy dead.
Yeah, or shot to death for molesting a kid. So this woman.
But the fact that she texted, I think I'm in trouble, makes me believe, if I'm a jury and I hear that text, the first thing that pops into my mind is she didn't think this was real until it happened. That's why she said, I think I'm in trouble. Because she's like, this texting thing is real.
Or she thought that, oh no, now there's going to be a penalty to pay for what I got him to do. Whatever she thought.
Yeah.
He killed himself.
Yeah, he did.
She did not make him kill himself. But, she's just I don't know how you do that to somebody. Like, I don't know what is mentally wrong with you that you could encourage someone to kill themselves like that. I don't get it.
First of all, he's a kid, so
he was older than her, though. He was 18, she was 17.
Was he living at home? Because his parent, I mean, if you're depressed enough that you can get convinced into killing yourself by text,
sure,
your parents should probably keep an eye on you.
And it's always from the home. You know what I mean? It's always what goes on at home more than a girlfriend. It's not her fault that he is fucked up.
Right, he was depressed before.
Yeah.
And if he's in a Kmart, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know that much about the story, but if he's in a Kmart parking lot trying to duct tape a fucking exhaust pipe to his window, isn't somebody being like, hey, what's that guy doing in the parking lot?
It might have been a Sunday morning.
I guess so. Like, and just nobody's there?
Yeah, or in the back. Who knows?
Maybe it wasn't a Super K. Maybe it wasn't open 24 hours.
Yeah, maybe it was before anybody got there.
Who the fuck does that? It's someone taping a pipe from your exhaust to your window in a Kmart parking lot. His parents don't have a garage?
This is a guy kind of shooting a hole in my theory and your theory, but it's not a bad point. So what's the line? Mike in Virginia, this is actually not a bad point.
Tell me, Mike.
Go on now.
I was hoping for a go on now, and now my day has been made. I mean, there's some good stuff that you said, Jim, but
okay. Well,
you're losing out on the whole Manson family connection. That he didn't kill Sharon Tate or
that's
her,
true.
That is true.
Or the child in her belly, but he certainly got people to do it. And
so this chick is the Charles Manson of texting.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know what the difference. I don't have a good point to make for why his is different than hers, but I do think it is. And I can't think of an eloquent point to make about it. But I do think that Charles Manson, being the leader of a cult, which again, all you're doing is convincing people. I think being the leader of a cult is a different energy than some girl texting you.
But you could argue that this girl was the leader of the cult of one, that she had mental control over this depressed guy.
You could, but then again,
and I will say, did you actually read the text? It was pretty in depth. It was like, come on, you can go ahead and do it. You're so ready.
The text, reading the specific text changed my mind on it.
But where is the line? Like, if kill yourself was every girlfriend I've ever dated would be in jail.
And that's very funny too, Jim. But I will say that I think that the lawyers could have knocked that down as like, listen, they were having an emotional argument and she said kill yourself. Like, I think that would have gotten thrown out. But when they went in depth to say and to show, like, no, come on, you've been wanting to do this for so long. So I think you're ready. I love you. Just go ahead and do it. Has a whole new meaning, and that's why.
Yeah,
she said, I love you. Just go ahead and do it.
Calling him a pussy for not doing it.
She said, you're so ready. She said, you're ready. You've been trying this for so long. I love you, babe. Just go do it already. It's really, really hateable.
But he's also, you know what? He's also a fucking hateable dude. How do you buy that? Like, I love you. Go do it.
He's dead now.
Well, they also, did you read that they didn't really see each other? Like, this was like more of an online thing, which
exactly
also speaks to the shitty nature of kids in society today. That like he met her like 3 or 4 times, but they communicated online.
They probably never even fucked.
Up into her.
I don't think they fucked. He was probably being catfished. He didn't realize those eyebrows on her.
Yeah.
He didn't see the forehead in person.
Yeah, he didn't realize it was fucking.
Guys, have a good day.
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah.
She's a fucking big misshapen forehead.
She does.
Big Cro-Magnon head.
Yeah, it's not good.
Come on, babe, I love you. I've gotten caught up in online things before, but to think that you're actually going to do something you wouldn't be more likely to do. I just don't believe that you can convince people through text to go and do shit. I'm sorry. You got to take responsibility for your own shit.
Yeah.
You're an adult.
Yeah, you do. But She's not being charged with murder. Like she did get off. She's not getting 15 months. She's
Involuntary manslaughter?
She's not getting 20 years. She's getting 15 months.
That's like, okay, so someone says, I'm going to kill myself, and you go, good. Are you now an accessory to murder because you didn't stop them?
No, because it's super different. Like, it's like that's...
So what's the line?
I guess the line would be in the line would be in the text themselves. The line would be the difference between being a church pastor and being a cult leader. You know, there's a line there. You could make the argument. You know,
You can make the line there isn't, but yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, my grandma like lived her life for the church. She would do whatever the pastor told her to do. Like she was there every Sunday. Some people go to church every day.
That's right.
And they live their life.
My mother does.
Does she?
Yep.
Well, she doesn't exactly live her life by the teachings of the good book.
She does so.
I don't think so.
Reverend Barry.
What religion is she?
Baptist.
Okay, that explains the church going. You don't go with her.
No.
No, I guess not.
I catch fire if I walk in.
So cool. So cool. I forgot.
See, I don't know. Maybe it's in the text, but again, that's the difference between Manson and her too. It's in the interaction. But
yeah, and to me, I feel like even though it's over texting, she has more in common with cult leaders and Manson and stuff like that than she does with somebody who's just like, oh, go kill yourself.
But how can they prove that she knew that he really meant it? I guess the text said that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I've read them. I think she meant it. I believe me. She was a total pig.
And it's up to a jury, I guess. But I think if you look at the text, it's pretty clear that she wasn't playing around.
He was a dope, though. I mean, I feel bad that he killed himself for his family and for him, but it's like, hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Just stop it. You letting this online chick with a Cro-Magnon head talk you into committing suicide?
Do you think he had to not have known about the head?
He must have known if they met up. What did she wear, a big hat?
Yeah, she's wearing...
What, she wear a fucking salad bowl on her head?
She wore one of those Cat in the Hat hats. They went to a rave.
I hope someone fucking mashes those big heads into the bar. That big head between prison bars.
Oh.
Splits it open and she has a big ugly scar on her head.
She's a big lump on her head, but nobody can tell because her head was always lumpy.
We saw one time, I was working one time at Pergament, and we saw a guy came in and he had giant lumps on his head. And I remember us laughing at him. We kept theorizing like the paint cans had fallen off the top shelf onto his head. I was so happy to see his big head.
It was probably something really sad and tragic.
Yeah, it's probably cancer or something. I didn't care. I was 16. It was fucking hilarious.
It was like paint cans like on the cartoon.
Yeah, me and Terrence, this black guy Terrence I used to work with, we fucking roared. I think we got in trouble actually because he complained that we were laughing. But it's just funny to see a guy with a misshapen head.
So even if this guy is a dope, and he is. I think he is a dope. But doesn't that make her even more culpable? Because she probably knew he was a dope and was mentally ill, and was mentally ill enough that he was in a long distance relationship with a head like that, and took advantage of that.
Okay, here's a bad argument, but let's just say that she had been encouraging him positively.
Be the devil's advocate on this one.
I can't do my voice like that. Let's just say that she was encouraging him to go to law school, and he was going to kill himself, and she was like, fucking, or she kept saying, go play the lottery. Play the lottery. Don't kill yourself. Just play lottery. He's like, no, I'm killing myself. I have a gun in my mouth. And she's like, babe, take the gun out of your mouth. I love you. Go and play the lottery. And then he goes and plays the lottery and he wins.
Did she give him the numbers?
No, but she encouraged him to play. She didn't give him the duct tape either. She didn't give him the duct tape either.
But she told him how to do it.
Even if she did give him the numbers, it wouldn't matter. But let's just say she told him to go do something, meaning she would never get credit for anything good that he did. She would never be found culpable or responsible for anything positive he did. So why the fuck all of a sudden is she now responsible for something negative he does?
I bet if she gave him the numbers and told him to play, you don't think that...
Nope. I don't believe so. I think if you're the one who plays it and has the ticket, because there's nothing stopping her from playing and having the ticket. That would be a legal case.
But you always hear that in office pools when they all put their money in, and then the one ticket wins, and the guy who goes to pick up the money is just like, fuck you guys.
That's true. A lot of times that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because they prove it was a pool. But or sometimes it does if you just got chipped. I love those shirts, by the way.
Yeah, we should talk about that later.
Yeah, those ugly blue shirts. But I do think that I don't know. She wouldn't have gotten credit if he did something right.
They were married.
That's a different. If you're married, you just get half of it anyway. But I'm saying in this case, if she was texting to go and do this,
right,
she wouldn't have gotten anything, or she wouldn't have gotten anything out of it.
She wouldn't have gotten to be a lawyer if he'd gone to law school, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but regardless. If you are pushing somebody that hard to kill themselves and then they kill themselves, there needs to be some legal.
I don't know. I got texted by a friend of mine who's a cop, and she said there is a human and legal. We're not talking about the human, the legal responsibility to call for help. I don't know if there is. If someone's going to do something, are you legally responsible? I don't know if you are.
Yeah, I think you are, because if it's a murder and you don't do anything,
but if they're going to harm themselves,
accessory.
I guess that's technically a crime.
Technically, suicide's illegal.
Right, so I guess you're an accessory to a crime.
And that's probably the only reason suicide is illegal.
But wait a minute, are you an accessory if you know about something and don't say it?
Yes.
I don't know that.
Yes, you are.
I
think so.
Yeah, I don't know legally if you are.
I haven't been a lawyer since I was in like 10th grade. Youth court.
I did win best lawyer in my class too.
You did?
Yeah. Back when I wanted to go to. I still remember the case I lost. I fucked up, and I've thought for 30 years how I should have won that.
What was the case?
It was we had. We were doing in Mr. Anderson's social studies class.
Ah, Mr. Anderson.
We were playing lawyers, and we had cases. And Joe Farino, who was a good buddy of mine, was my client. And no, he was the lawyer I was fighting with. And I nailed him on one because he was talking about how his client goes to work every day, 5 hours. And so, of course, as the lawyer, I just picked out. So you mean to tell me that you drive 10 hours each day? And I just broke it down and destroyed him. But there was the one case I lost where my client got busted with drugs in his locker or candy. Or
was
whatever.
this fake?
Of course.
Okay.
And we admitted guilty to the possession. And I shouldn't have, because technically the school locker is like not his. He doesn't own the locker. I could have made a better case. I was so mad at myself for losing.
You're
that one.
pissed.
Yeah, I'm still pissed.
Yeah, I get it.
It was a dumb move.
I get it. You could have won.
I could have won,
and
I
you
lost.
did not. And then you dropped out of high school and never became a lawyer.
See, I don't know what the fucking.
Yeah, I think if you see a crime happening and don't say anything and don't alert authorities, you become an accessory. Just like if you find money and don't tell the person, even if you don't keep the money, I think you're an accessory. Is that right, Travis?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's plenty of like good citizen laws where like if you see a crime happening.
Good Samaritan. It's called.
Good Samaritan. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Good Samaritan law, where if you see a crime happening and like you film it instead of doing anything, you can serve like up to a year in jail.
Especially.
Wait, I don't know about that.
Yeah. No, it's happened before.
Good Samaritan laws are not that. A Good Samaritan law is like, let's just say Sam is outdoors and he trips and a cock falls into his mouth and he hurts himself.
Whoops! How'd that get there?
And then I try rushing him to the hospital, and when moving him, I injure his arm. You're being a Good Samaritan. You're not necessarily responsible for something you do while trying to help somebody in a dire situation. Now, again, I'm legally not at all saying it correctly, but that's basically you're being a good... If you pull somebody out of a burning car and you break their leg pulling them out of a burning car, you're not going to get in trouble for breaking their leg because you were being a Good Samaritan.
Yeah, but isn't there Good Samaritan laws where, like, if you see, like, a big fat guy getting harassed or getting robbed or something...
Yeah, or being bothered or something, just being a big fat guy who works at a place.
And instead of helping him... You're videoing him.
No.
And you're just making fun of him. And you can hear you making fun of him on the video. You don't help.
And the guy sees you doing it and not helping.
Right. Isn't there a Good Samaritan law?
Yeah,
there?
like you
I think people have gone to jail for that.
You could have done something. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know about that. Well, how about the Rodney King beating? How come that guy didn't get in trouble for fucking going over there and helping?
Because that was like 30 years ago. These are like new laws that are only like, 10, 15 years.
So you see, I think that's incorrect. I think that's wrong. Because I think say you say the police beating someone up, are you allowed to go over and help that person? Like, I don't believe that filming somebody and not helping them and putting yourself at risk? Absolutely not. That's completely incorrect. You cannot force somebody to help somebody else.
Someone tell Elaine that, because she's been sitting in a jail cell for a long time.
Oh, it's a sidebar thing? Okay. But I mean, you can't. You're kidding about that being a law, Travis?
Yeah, it was the finale.
It was the last episode of Seinfeld.
They all went to jail for a year.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
That's how the show ended.
However,
that's very funny.
In all seriousness, wasn't like a week or two ago, wasn't there somebody drowning and a bunch of teens were filming him and making fun of him, and now they're being brought up on charges because this guy died.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything.
What could they fucking do? What are they supposed to do? Jump in the water and then possibly drown themselves?
Well, one of them was David Hasselhoff, so he really should have
done something.
He should have at least run in slow motion.
I'm not saying these people aren't garbage.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit. I don't know if you're allowed to.
If you see a crime and you
not being
don't
charged,
and you don't at least report it, I think that you're an accessory to the crime.
I don't know about that. I think an accessory means
if you know it's going to happen, you're an accessory to the crime.
You helped plan it. An accessory means you helped facilitate it, not you knew about it.
We should have some. I wish we had somebody who actually knew.
We need a legal eagle.
Yeah. If we could find a legal beagle to call in.
No, it's a legal eagle. Not a legal beagle.
We can find a beagle, too.
The legal beagle. Oh, no, that was the Regal Beagle. I used to get drunk there when I was a kid.
You know who...
Did you get drunk in the Regal Beagle?
No, I never got drunk in the Regal Beagle.
Why?
I didn't live near the Regal Beagle.
It's a good place to get
suited. You know who our legal beagle is?
Who?
The Travis dog.
We need a legal eagle. We need a legal ace on the phone.
Because if you go... Right, if Travis kills Troy, which he has talked about doing.
Sure he has. But the way he's talked about killing him is weird.
How has he talked about it? Because he hasn't told me.
He's gonna use his butt to make Troy come to death.
How did you do that?
But if Travis came to me and he goes, Sam, I did it on purpose, but I killed Troy by making him come to death. And I was like, oh, shit, for real? He was like, yep. I go, I got to go tell the cops. He was like, do not. And I went, okay, then I would be an accessory.
I don't know about that. No, you're not. How many people don't report crimes because they're afraid of retaliation from the mob or drug dealers? They're not in trouble. They don't have to testify. They change their story last minute. They're not in trouble.
Well, there's a difference between testifying and knowing and then not telling. If you know and don't tell, then there is.
Doesn't that fall under like obstruction of justice?
Yeah, that's
justice.
No,
or something?
that's
no, it
obstruction of
doesn't.
justice.
No, it does not. Or they would be able to force people to testify against mob people. You can't. If you hear something happen in the neighborhood.
But the only reason people lie when they don't testify against mob people. They're like, oh no, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Right.
Instead, but if they said no, I saw something, but I'm not going to testify, they're like, well, you have to tell us what you saw.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. But yeah,
So
if you lie about it, if you lie about it, maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
I just don't think they can make you. Maybe under oath they can make you tell them what you know.
But you have to report to the cops. You're supposed to.
Is there a lawyer or something that knows the difference? Because I don't know.
I'm a lawyer.
Isn't that pleading the fifth?
Well, you can
No,
plead
that's
the
only
fifth
that's only self-incrimination.
Yeah, and that's on the stand. I'm not talking about in a case. I'm talking about before the case. I'm talking about if nobody knows. If Travis killed you by making all the cum come out of your body, right, and you were dehydrated to death.
Yeah, and he just kept clenching his butt cheeks. Like if Travis was kind of standing and twerking on your dick.
Yeah.
But your dick was inside and he was just twerking.
And Travis told me the
wouldn't
tale
let you go.
of his deadly butt cheeks.
Yeah.
his killer butt cheeks.
Yeah, and they're clapping like that.
Yeah, Travis can make his ass clap.
Yeah, but meanwhile, he's holding it inside. So it's basically, it works like the mouth in Alien. Travis's hiney the teeth will hold you. That's the deep inner part of his buttocks, and then the cheeks will just kind of clap like the outer lips.
Travis chokes people to death using his butt with their penis.
Yes, he does.
He cuts off their bodies.
He'll drain you.
Yeah. So if Travis came to me, I'm not talking about testifying.
You said on wrong.
If Travis came on me, and then right after let me know, the last guy I had sexual intercourse was Troy, and I murdered him on purpose, I would be under an obligation to tell the police. And if I did not tell the police, that would be obstruction of justice.
I don't know about that.
I believe
don't know.
I believe so. That's why.
Maybe.
I guess that's why this woman on the plane. Because when I first heard about this woman on the plane.
Oh yeah, let's back to that.
Taking a photo of the text, I was like, okay, this guy's a scumbag. I'm glad he got caught. Second thought was, this is one nosy woman. This is not the first time she's looked at somebody's phone. This is one of those women who, if she sits next to you on the plane, she's looking at every text you send.
I'm reading right now as we talk because a cop just texted me, and she's telling me that the woman was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Right.
She goes, meaning the cause of death was not technically her fault, but she knew he was trying to harm himself, and she was negligent in calling for help, and went so far as to say, get back in the car. She said, I'm telling you what it is. You become complicit, but you can compel people to call for help.
That's like the isn't there a Kitty Genevieve's law?
Huh?
Kitty. Meow.
Yeah, I know that whole case was. Yeah, there is, I believe, but that whole case was. I don't know if it's a law.
I think that
but it was a big case. It was, by the way, it was a mistake. People did try to help her.
I know.
That's such a mistake, and her brother hated that people thought no one tried to help her.
Yeah,
that's a tragic case.
The story is that a woman was raped in an alley, and it was like there were all people around, and there were windows open, and everybody heard her screaming.
Winston Moseley killed her.
And he raped and killed her, and nobody said anything.
1964 in New York, it was a knife attack.
But in hindsight, people did say something. But the reason I bring that up is because I think a precedent was established in that case that you have to say something if you hear something legally.
He was condemned to die in the electric chair, but in 1967, after they abolished it, he won the appeal that life in indeterminate life term. While in the facility, he escaped while on a hospital visit to Buffalo. He raped a woman and held a hostage at gunpoint before being recaptured.
Just kill him.
He joined in the 1971 Attica uprising. He got a college, and this is what we're paying for this piece of shit to have a college degree. Anytime anyone talks about healthcare or how I don't want my money used, if you're going to get out of jail, I don't mind you having a college degree because that's better for all of us if you can now earn a living. If you raped and killed a woman with a knife and then you escaped from jail and raped another woman, we shouldn't be giving you a college degree.
Right.
Holy shit. He was rejected 18 times at parole hearings. The last time was in 2015.
Well, that's a little tough.
It was a slow killing of Miss Genovese. It began in the day. Yeah, whatever. And they said that nobody helped when she was screaming, but it turned out that she did. Thank you, Petunia. He just came rubbed my shoulders. But
nice.
A guy like that, Winston, what's his name? Winston, whatever?
Churchill.
No, wrong Winston. Winston Moseley.
Okay.
How is this fucking piece of shit getting a college degree? If Trump wants to talk about trans surgeries. That's what we should stop doing. Stop giving guys that rape and kill women with a knife a fucking college diploma.
Yeah, I would feel much more comfortable if
some lady with a pecker standing next to me with a gun.
Yeah,
good.
If the ladies in the military, if we were paying to have their dicks slobbed off, I'd be much more comfortable with that than with giving murderers and rapists college degrees for no apparent reason.
Yeah, you ever argue with a transgender girl? They're hormonal. They're fucking cranky. That's the perfect person for the military. Go over the hill and shoot those people gladly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know. I thought I could be wrong, but I thought there was a law established with that. But I do.
You might be. Who knows?
I do believe that whether it was Kitty Genovese or not,
I like her.
You got to rat people out. You're supposed to anyway. And that's. But I think that this woman is a serial text reader.
I think you're right.
Looks over people's shoulders all the time.
Do you think this was the one time she saw something?
Yeah, and now? Yeah, this is the one time. She's looked at hundreds and hundreds of people's texts, and now she thinks that it's her duty. Now she feels obligated. Like, I mean, if you work with this woman, do not text anything near her that you don't want everybody finding out about, because it's going to be a nightmare.
But what do you? I just don't know what you're saying in text. Like, what kind of a fucking creep is this guy that you're on a plane writing that shit?
Look, the guy wanted to have intercourse with a 5-year-old and a chicken. He's going to text about it. I was careful with my pronouns when I talked about that one, because I'm not going to pull a Teft.
What?
Remember when Teft said he wanted to bed children?
Yeah. He said fuck a bunch of kids, yeah.
He did, right?
Yep.
It's so weird.
He said that so many times privately, though. It's just nice to hear him being out about it.
Yeah, it is more comfortable. Speaking of people who need to be out about it, were you saying that there's a Bobby Valentino update?
I don't know. They said that a second woman came out.
Oh, no. Bobby Valentino is the singer that we were watching the video.
And I didn't know who he was before. Did you?
Yeah, well, he's had he was, for a second, it was like he had something going for him a few years back. But he hasn't done anything relevant in a long time.
And he got caught running out of a trans girl's house. Apparently, he said that she was trying to blackmail him, and he's saying that she didn't pay. Or she's saying he didn't pay, and she's filming him. Bobby Valentino, where you going, Bobby Valentino? You forgot your key. It is kind of, it's funny. I hate seeing people outed, but it is funny when she's like, you forgot your shoes and your keys.
Got your shoes, Bobby Valentino.
And then another girl came out. Look, I'm guessing that's just what he's into. And if that it is, good for you.
But take control of the story, Bobby V. Take control of the story and just be like, hey, this is what I'm into.
I have not seen this. There's an update I have not seen. He's talking about all the memes of him. People are mocking him and running him down the hall.
Does he sing it?
I'm guessing he's handling this very poorly. What did he say?
The memes is funny as hell.
Oh.
Y'all took as much time making memes as you did with doing something constructive.
Oh, shut up.
He meant to say, by the way, he meant to say if you guys took as much time being constructive as you do making memes.
of course
And he said it actually wrong.
He said it backwards.
Yeah.
But that is constructive, making those fantastic memes.
But is he? I want to see what he says. Does he say anything funny about it, or like, yeah, you guys are funny?
I'd love to show you, but the computer's frozen.
Oh, God
that
fucking
escape.
damn it. You're obligated to tell somebody, Troy. That's a law.
That is a law.
Because the memes is funny as hell.
Oh.
Y'all took as much time making memes as you did with doing something constructive.
That's wrong. Stop putting it in full screen.
Stop pausing it.
Yeah, he's dyslexic. Why are you pausing it?
I'm not.
Don't pause it anymore, dude.
Making memes as you did with doing something constructive.
I understand you like that part, Troy.
Stop pausing it. Stop opening it in the wrong Explorer.
He'll say though.
Is he in the wrong? Is that Internet Explorer?
No, it's Chrome.
Yeah, Chrome doesn't work for black and white memes and black and white videos.
Maybe you got.
I'll go to Explorer.
Go on now. Or open it somewhere else. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
He'll say though. Because the memes is funny as hell. Y'all took as much time making memes as you did with doing something constructive. There'd be a lot of rich black folk out here, and that's the real talk.
That's wrong.
But they funny.
Bobby V, don't run, Bobby Valentino. Come here.
There's some really funny ones. But he said it backwards. But he's not. He's handling it like he's trying to laugh it off.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy in a way. Like, come on, dude. Just fucking own it.
Just own up to it.
Just own it.
At least he's not denying it. At least he's not going online and being like, oh, I didn't know.
It's embarrassing. And it doesn't even mean, if it could be anything, dude. It could just be you're a healthy heterosexual guy and you fucked a girl. And then you have a girlfriend or something, and then this other girl's blowing you up. It's heterosex, but it's still embarrassing. You don't want your shit out there. I get it.
No, you'd prefer not.
Yeah, nobody would like it, but
I'd love to see a video. Jim Norton, you left your shoes here, Daddy.
I'd be like, I know, I'm on my way back to get them.
Yeah,
I have more money for a second time around the block.
I'm going out to buy almonds. I'll be right back.
I'd actually tweet her, hey, I think I left my shoes at your house.
Yeah. Jim would do that thing that like clingy ex-girlfriends do. Like, oh,
leave something on purpose.
I forgot my shoes at your house. I guess I should come back.
I forgot our unused condoms again. Yeah, but again, it's different when you're single. You know, who knows? You're a single comedian. No one gives a fuck what I do. Hey, David in Philly's a lawyer. He wants to give some advice. What's up, David?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
David Bram Muffins.
Oof.
You like that? Travis?
No, stupid.
It's dumb, right?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
it
Dave.
doesn't advance anything.
No.
Hey, buddy.
Sure. There's a difference between the Good Samaritan laws, which are civil laws, and there's some states that do have criminal statutes that do obligate, someone walking down the side of a street to help out in case of a crime. So in the case of the girl, or in the case of the drowning folks, generally there is no duty for an individual to help.
They're constipated.
No duty. That's always good though when you pull your hog out of an ass.
Sure. There's obviously the moral obligation and the legal obligations are somewhat different, but generally there's no legal obligation to help anybody in a burning car or
right.
And drowning in a lake.
I think you're right. Or if there's a crime being committed, is there a legal obligation to report it?
So that depends on the state. There's a number of states that have enacted laws, criminal statutes, that do obligate you to report a crime you've seen or someone in peril. But generally speaking, the majority of states do not have laws on the books that obligate you to report a crime or to help someone who you see is in obvious distress. So,
You think, but morally, you fucking certainly should.
Exactly. There's a difference between the moral and the legal obligations, and whether or not that's a good thing or not, I think it's a different argument.
Let me ask you this.
Thank you very much.
Let me ask you this,
sorry.
Dave, before you go.
Go on now.
Legally, if you were a star of a show as big as the Dukes of Hazzard, and now you're stuck doing theater in Massachusetts, is it okay to grab a woman by the ass and do a little coke every now and then? Because I feel like it should be.
I don't know about that, guys. I'll leave that up to you.
All right, thank you. And we just mentioned him. Bye-bye. We just mentioned him yesterday.
Tom Wopat.
Isn't that funny? He just came up yesterday.
Yeah, very
funny.
very
I was just talking about Kid Creole 2 days ago.
Did you hear what he said about the cocaine?
Yes. He said that he, and I believe him.
I do too.
He buys cocaine in large quantities and then uses it over time. It's like Costco.
That's not how people do it. A lot of people don't just do coke fucking... You know, you don't just buy it and do a pinch and then buy more. Tom Wopat looks pretty good for his age.
Well, he's Tom Wopat. He's not trying to go out to coke dealers all the time and have them go like, hey, aren't you Steve Gutenberg? And he's like, no, I'm Tom Wopat.
I don't think his name rings out among drug dealers.
I think so.
What else he does? I saw him in Glengarry Glen Ross. He was very good.
Tom Wopat?
Yep.
So Tom Wopat was the star of the Dukes of Hazzard, and I guess he's doing some play in Massachusetts right now, which I guess is a beacon for theater. And
Beacon for theater, good place here in New York. Go ahead.
There's a Beacon Theater in New York. But so they said that he grabbed one of his cast members, his female cast members, grabbed her by the ass hard enough that his fingers were up there. You know what I mean? Like really got a handful of cheek there.
It wasn't just
and slid the fingers up the bum crack.
Really?
Not like up in the hole, but you know.
It was
like,
more than just a little pat.
Oh yeah, no. It was almost a credit card swipe. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, he got his hand up in the butt crack and grabbed the cheek. And then the lady complained, his co-star.
How the fuck do you do that to a co-star in a play?
You're fucking Tom Wopat. You're down to fuck. Like, you're just letting...
You're coked out of your mind.
Yeah, well...
Oh, you know what?
And that's the other problem.
Maybe.
He got arrested, right, for grabbing this girl by her butthole, and then they found a whole bunch of coke on him.
And now he's being booted out of some production on 42nd Street he was supposed to do, too.
Yeah, and he was arrested for... I think the reason he's like, no, I buy cocaine in large quantities and use it over time is because... He doesn't want to get arrested with the intent to
distribute, of course. By the way, you're 65.
Yeah.
This is what you're doing? Community theater and grabbing assholes while you're coked up? Jesus Christ, Tom.
Look, it's tough to let go. They don't even want to. They don't even. The Dukes of Hazzard was a big show. Now, not only does nobody think that show is cool, the remake was lame, and they won't even show the car on television anymore because of the Confederate flag.
Oh, my God. Is that true they won't show it?
Yeah, the General Lee. You can't talk about the General Lee anymore in 2017. Fuck out of here.
That's a good point.
That's microaggression, man.
That's a little ridiculous, though, to not be able to show that.
People are more likely...
Where's the Confederate flag?
On top.
On the roof.
Oh.
People are more likely to watch a Bill Cosby rerun than to watch that Confederate flag car drive around.
But those are back, by the way.
The Confederate flag?
No, Cosby reruns.
They are?
Yeah, every night.
Well, it's a mistrial.
There's some channel that plays marathons every night now.
Really?
Yeah.
People will watch.
I mean, I feel he shouldn't, but I feel better for the people who did this show. Like, why should they be penalized?
Theo!
It was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, good news for Felicia Rashad.
Why shouldn't we be able to enjoy someone who was probably committing rapes all through that? You're literally watching a guy who is committing rapes all through that fucking
thing. When the cameras would turn off, he would probably commit rapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just watching break time from rapes.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's all Cosby was.
That was what he would do in between his rapes, maybe.
Yeah.
Just do the Cosby Show.
Yeah, go out there and do a little acting. And get girls to come in and read lines to them, then give them a good raping.
Right. He was possibly getting scripts and being like, oh, I can't do this episode this week because I have to rape.
Or you get a good script and go, here's a part I can have an actress read, and this is something I could use to segue into rape.
Yeah. Oh, do you guys mind if I cast the female on this episode? I'd like to rape her.
Well, she's a police officer. Yeah, no, I know, but there's a scene where she cuffs me, and I'm going to want to do that scene in my trailer, and then maybe I could drug and rape her. All through the show, this is probably happening.
I think so.
All through the show. I mean, look, again, I had mixed feelings with them showing it because, again, you feel bad for the other actors. And look, it is a great work of comedy.
They probably weren't raping.
I doubt they were at all.
I don't think Raven Simone raped one person on that set.
Or Malcolm Jamal Warner.
I don't think he did either. I don't think Felicia Rashad raped.
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
I think she bludgeoned somebody with a rock in her purse.
I think that happened.
Yeah, she was committing a few robberies.
I think the grandfather probably did.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Or maybe he knew. Maybe he'd wink at Theo. Or maybe they'd wink at Dr. Huxtable.
I'm not so sure about Lisa Bonet. You know, she's a little unpredictable.
She's a little wild.
But
isn't it weird to watch The Cosby Show and know that if this happened only once 50 years ago, it's different, but it was probably happening all around this time, too. And then you're watching a comedy of this fucking America's Dad, and you know that back in the fucking trailer or the green or whatever, he was probably doing that shit.
Probably raping, probably drugging, and having sex with women that were unconscious.
Yeah. He was literally probably pumping his dick into somebody who was snoring.
Imagine that if the Cosby Show goes to commercial break. And you go, like, while the commercials are playing, you just look at your loved one and go, you know what's probably happening during the commercial break is Dr. Huxtable is fucking somebody that might as well be a corpse.
Or he's just drugging them, preparing them to fuck. Here, have this. And then they're going, what is it? He goes, I'm not going to tell you. And they eat it anyway because he's so famous.
Right. He's convincing somebody to eat pills against their will because of his degree of fame, probably.
And then he talks to Andrea Constand. He talked to her mother on the phone. Don't worry, Mom. No penetration. He said that to her. Don't worry, Mom. He's trying to be charming on the phone with Andrea. Is it Constand, her name?
I don't know.
We should break. It's 9 o'clock. What time is Andrew coming?
He just checked in.
Okay.
But the reason that the Cosby thing came up is just think about what it would be like to be Tom Wopat, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
He's getting chicks. He's getting paid. He's on the most famous TV show in the world. Now, he's just a guy with a funny name that nobody really knows where he's from.
Yeah, people don't. And the Dukes of Hazzard is not necessarily a show that holds up like The Wire.
No, the Dukes of Hazzard. The Dukes of Hazzard is one of those quintessential old guy shows. Like if you talk about the Dukes of Hazzard is not a cool retro show.
Was that the 70s or the 80s?
And I think it was the 70s. Because
I may have been both.
I didn't even watch the Dukes of Hazzard growing up, and I watched a lot of TV growing up. I watched Different Strokes like it was going out of style.
It started in '79.
Okay, so
yeah,
79
it's
into the 80s.
That was a big show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at the time. But that's one of the. It just did not have. It doesn't have a life anymore in syndication at all.
Nope.
And so now, what's he trying to do? He's like, I was famous at one point, so I'd like to grab this woman. There was a time when Tom Wopat could grab a woman's butthole and nobody would be complaining.
Do whatever he wanted.
He could do whatever he wanted. He got all fucking
Daisy Duke, right?
Oh, she's so sad.
You don't think Daisy Duke got the Tom Wopat fingers in the rear end?
I mean, that's where it started.
I think so.
Although, no, someone said it was as famous as she.
In the beginning, maybe. First season.
Shorts are named after her.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Right? They became the Daisy Dukes because of her.
Yeah.
What's her real name? Jessica. What's her real name? Oh, I have to eat her rump.
You would?
Catherine Bach. That's
I
right.
mean, Jessica Simpson looked really good as Daisy
Amazing.
Dukes, though.
She's great. Catherine Bach.
Aren't Daisy Dukes a great? I mean, they're just great shorts.
They're great shorts.
They're terrific
She's
shorts.
63. Your fucking shitter hangs out of them.
That's what she looks like now.
Yeah, she's older. You know,
Yeah.
she had a great run.
Right. You don't think that Tom Wopat ever slid his fingers up to Daisy Dukes?
I don't know. It depends. She was so famous. He might have.
He was all geeked up, though.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
When you're that big on a show, it's hard to get away with shit. Oh, then again, that was the 70s. So yes, I do. I think he did grab her ass.
I want to go back and watch Dukes of Hazzard reruns and just look at Tom Wopat's pupils going fucking crazy.
He's all yacked up.
He is all yacked.
See him delivering his lines faster.
Oh yeah, yeah, just coked out of his gourd, looking like that last scene of Scarface.
All right, we got. Are we saying that we have a singer coming too?
Oh yeah, Brad Paisley's coming in, which we're very excited because Andrew Schulz is coming in as well, and Andrew Schulz is like a new fan of country, so I'm anxious to see where he's at with Brad Paisley because I think he's going to get very, very excited.
And Andrew will be here shortly, and we're going to take a break, and I'm going to cough, and we'll be right back.
About to get wild in the asylum.
Yes, very good, Metallica.
Hey, I did
It's
want
not the newest album, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Album, right, guys?
No, this is off Death Magnetic.
Oh. I did want to mention, we're back here. It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, but you should listen to Ricky Gervais's Deadly Serious. It airs this weekend. Basically, Ricky did a pilot for Sirius. I don't know if they've confirmed what they're doing with it beyond this.
I'm sure they'll do more than a pilot.
I think so, too. But we just did a one-off show. It's like an hour long, and it's airing at 6 p.m. tonight Eastern on Raw Dog. Saturday and Sunday, it's at 6 p.m. on Comedy Greats and at 11 a.m. on Raw Dog, and it'll be on demand, too. And I got to do the show with him.
Yes,
which was
and
super
Mike
cool.
Birbiglia.
And Mike Birbiglia was our guest.
Birbigs, as we call him.
Right.
Of course.
So it was a really fun show, and I was really happy with how it turned out. So everybody should check it out over the weekend.
Yeah, listen to it. I'm sure it's going to be good, and I'm sure they'll do more of them. And Ricky's done a podcast before, so he knows how to broadcast and how to keep it interesting. He's really good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Welcome, Andrew Schulz.
Thank you very much. I was bummed to hear. I was talking to Roland about it. I was bummed to hear that Carl Pilkington's not going to be on the. That's like one of my favorite all-time characters.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Carl Pilkington. I know who he is. And I remember from Derek.
Idiot Abroad.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he's a comedic genius. Like, I don't think it's written. If his stuff is written, then he just sells it really well. But he just has great comedic points just in these interactions. This fish out of water thing, but he'll be talking about anything. He'll be talking about, he was in Thailand there. I think they were like with ladyboys and stuff like that. And and I think a girl, he's like, oh, you're a woman like that, and then like, and the girl asked him, was like, could you marry a woman? And like, he actually had like a serious thought about it. It wasn't prejudice or anything. It's like, he's like, I don't know, probably be a little more help around the house. You're like, that's it. Like that was his comedic, intuition to go with it. So I'm watching this guy. Honestly, part of me is like, is this why Ricky's funny? Has this guy been writing for Ricky the whole time? Like, is he the genius?
Yeah,
that
Ricky
nobody
just
knows
writes down his observations.
Dude, so funny.
Yeah,
so funny.
Everyone loves that show. I remember the show, but I never watched it.
I feel like the fact that he's not doing anything anymore, Carl, is more evidence to the fact that it's real. Because he just got sick of it. Because he's not trying to be a famous guy.
Well, he pulled out of Derek. He dropped out of Derek.
Yeah.
He was doing great in Derek. He had a part in that, and I think season 2 he didn't want to do because he just didn't like being on TV.
Who is this guy?
Carl.
Right?
Dude, this Carl guy is
makes no sense.
We got to get him on. You got to get that episode, and then you got to get Andy Kindler and Ricky Gervais. Have you seen that?
I know about that. It's so funny. I saw Andy in the airport. I was coming out from Montreal.
Yeah.
And I just hear someone going, Jim Norton. And it was him. And he was with his wife. And he just said hello. And I think I was with Keith, so they talked about the stroke.
Why does Andy Kindler...
He hates Ricky.
Why? Why does he make enemies with so many people in comedy?
I don't know what happened that started them down the road. I have no idea what started it.
Yeah,
but he has a lot of beef, though. This guy's like, he beefs with a lot of people.
I know. I don't know why Kindler decides, because didn't he have beef with Anthony for a while? Like he decides to have rivalries
with people
in the comedy community. It makes no sense.
Because he does that state of the industry address every year at Montreal.
Yeah, which is great. I thought it was funny.
I've never actually gone to it, but everyone loves it. I don't know why he picks with comics. Like you don't have to agree with, but he calls like Ricky a bully. I don't know if Ricky's a bully. I don't think he's a bully.
Ricky's not.
You don't have to like his act if you don't want to, but to say he's a bully is I don't think that's that fair.
He plays up the social justice warrior thing a little bit. Like he'll immediately call people racist or homophobe,
Ricky.
Islamophobe. Yeah, he's quick to throw those words out there. I always really liked Andy. No, not Ricky. Andy. I always really liked him. I thought, and he's always been very engaging on Twitter, at least with me, like open for discussion. But so I didn't know if he was trolling. I wasn't sure if it was real.
I don't like anybody calling people like Bill Maher are racist because I don't think he is. I think that Bill Maher just, kind of is a more middle of the road than a lot of far left people.
Yes.
I don't like people just knee jerk reaction being called.
Why did Andy Kindler call Bill Maher
a lot?
racist?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't see Bill as a racist at all.
But
What's he doing?
I think that's the strategy to avoid the conversation, right? It's like if I can make you radioactive,
right?
I don't have to talk to you.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're racist. We don't even have to engage in these ideas you have because you're a racist. Why would I talk to racist people?
You have to dig yourself out of the racist hole before you can even have an intellectual conversation.
I have to every morning. I call it getting out of bed, digging myself out of this racist hole that I dreamt. And Andrew, you have your luggage with you, so you told us you're going to London.
I'm going to London. Yeah, we're going to do the podcast live in London.
Which podcast is that?
Brilliant Idiots, the podcast I do with Charlamagne.
With Charlamagne.
Yeah.
And now you guys are going for how long?
1 day.
That's insane.
Yeah, I would like to stay longer, but his schedule's crazy. I probably should have pushed to stay longer, but when you do some of these gigs, it's like so many back and forths with emails about like flights and all this kind of stuff. It's just like,
where are you doing it?
The London University or some college or something like that.
Okay.
One of these like universities.
So there'll be
like
an
that.
audience.
Yeah, there'll be an audience. It's like a podcast festival, so they have a bunch of podcasts. So I guess people are going to listen to podcasts all day, which seems exhausting to me.
Seems crazy.
Yeah. I like the idea of just in there, come to the show, and then we're out.
Yeah, it is great. There's like a podcast festival in New York in September that I'm doing, and like I was just like reading the logistics of it, and I was like, people really come and they just buy admission to the festival,
yeah,
and then they just go from room to room all day watching.
Is that fully booked? Because believe me, we all know who they're going to want.
Who are they going to want?
The podcast festival.
Chip?
Is Chip booked in the podcast festival?
Chip available?
No, but they're going to want him.
Oh, yeah?
Chip should show up to podcast festivals like Virgil does to autograph signings, just with a table and a microphone, ready
just
to
do a random one.
Just that microphone's not even plugged into anything. He's just doing his podcast, even though he's not invited to the festival.
Is that the podcast festival? That's exhausting.
What is this one right here?
Yeah. That's the one. Yep, there it is.
Oh, we did this one in L.A.
Is it good?
Then now hear this. Oh, no one showed up for ours, bro.
Oh no,
no, come on, really?
Bad, dude. It was bad. I mean, but like Marin and shit, people were packed and it was huge. But it was in like not Pasadena, where the Angels play, Anaheim.
Yes.
And it was just at a hotel, and they had a bunch of these different banquet rooms and then different shows going on. So theoretically, it was cool, but we had like 30 people in there.
How big was the room?
It felt like Witches. Remember the movie Witches?
Yeah.
That was like a Roald Dahl book, but it basically felt like that. It was a huge room.
Oh no!
We pushed everybody more or less to the front. There was a carpet. It felt like an AA meeting. That's what it was. It was very like, hi, my name is Andrew. Nice to meet you.
But the nice thing about doing podcast festivals, though,
guaranteed money.
Right. It's not like nobody buys.
Fans.
You don't buy tickets per show. You buy admission tickets, and if nobody shows up to your show, it's like, wow, as long as there's people at this festival, it doesn't matter.
Now, do you think people will come in London?
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy. We've been super like that was the only time that we haven't had like a sold out show, right? Like the last time we did London, it felt like rock stars, bro. We sold out London in like 7 minutes.
How big are the venues?
It was 700 seats
in 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Wow,
it was the coolest thing I ever experienced, man. Because I've been on the road trying to sell tickets for fucking 8 years, and then all of a sudden like a show sold out immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
will you do it on a college when you go out there?
No, this time we just did it in a theater with some guys who some guys who promoted the show that ended up being I'm pretty sure involved in illegal activities.
How long?
I'm 100% sure.
100% on that.
Like okay.
How long is your podcast when you do it in front of an audience?
I would say like an hour and change, hour 15, hour 30.
Okay.
But it turns into like a two-man kind of conversation with the audience. It's not just us having a discussion they're watching.
You have to talk to the audience.
You have to talk, otherwise it's awkward.
It's weird. I've seen radio shows that don't bring in the audience. You have to break the rhythm of just whatever you do in the studio and talk to the audience when they're there. It's weird if you don't.
Have you done live? You guys
Yep,
done
sure.
live?
Yeah, we've
and
done them.
What do you
Same
think?
thing. We always talk to the audience. We just did 2 live shows in Montreal. We always talk to the audience.
Easier for you?
Oh, I love them, yeah.
Because there's something there, right? It's like you have that.
Well, it's a different dynamic than just this. Yeah. But I think it's so much fun to hear like the feedback of laughter. It's so great.
Yeah, how do I know it's funny? There are people who like know shit's funny without the audience. These like super confident people with like tons of self-esteem. I guess.
The trick is on radio. Like you can just assume, you can trick yourself into thinking that something's funny, right? You can just be like, no. And the room didn't get that, but they're laughing out there, and you never have to prove it. It's like being married, right? Like, and you can have this idea that if you weren't married, you could get any of these girls, but you're not even going to try because you are married, and you can live in that confidence. On radio, you can say shit. And the fact that you have a radio show is like, well, there's people out there enjoying this, even if the room didn't. Like, I know that that's happening, and then you just move on. That's why you don't want a live audience.
Yeah, but then
you don't want that crushing reality.
But that's the problem. Once it's you get ruined. Once you get the high, once you actually feel the live show. Like when you're on the live show and then you start getting the laughs, do you tend to play for them?
Yeah, it's actually no. I feel when I get a laugh on a live show, I go like, oh. And I just like, okay, just let it, like, I almost want to, like, Costanza and just say, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, just let that be.
And you didn't like when I made it too dramatic. Because whenever, like, if this happens, I always like to pause and I like to go, laughter is the elixir of life. And people really drink that in. It's a serious statement.
Because then
they
it's
enjoy
like,
that.
It's not just about laughing, it's thinking. And that's important, you know? Yeah.
Laugh is great.
Yeah. More elixirs.
I'm all about elixir, guys.
Yeah. Did they fly you business class?
Okay, so Charlemagne demanded to go business class.
Of course.
Right? Makes perfect sense.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck. And it
But
really
if your co-host is demanding business class, can't you say I'm going to jump on that?
I was like, look, I want to go business class. And last time we went, we didn't go business class. And the promoter basically came back and was like, look, we don't have it in the budget for 2 people to go business class. And the agent came to me, he's like, dude, I can shut it down. And I'm like, I'm not going to shut it down. It's like, I can get there. I don't really have a big ego about these things, man.
You better not. Your co-host is in business class and you're in steerage?
Wow. Listen, at the end of the day,
that's like Leonardo DiCaprio and Billy Zane taking the Titanic to do a podcast
Am I the
together.
Jonah Hill?
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good.
You should have that in contract that you get the same travel. I told Sam.
We do have it, but I relinquished it. So the agent came to me. He's a buddy of mine as well, and he basically was like, "Listen, they'll probably pull out, and I know Charlemagne won't want to do it if it's not business, which I totally understand."
Yeah.
He's like, it's really on you. He's like, I totally understand if you want to do it. And I was like, man, just do the show. Like, at the end of the day, nobody cares how you got there if the show.
That's true. You're a better man than me. And
we were
We've been in it a little longer, Jim. Maybe if you just were what were we 3 years into radio and some of us like,
oh, dude, I flew coach for a long time, a long time.
When we signed for Sirius, when we signed to do this show, Jim was like, hey, just so you know, in my contract it says this about travel.
I get first class accommodations and travel.
You should have that too. Yeah. So I went to my lawyer and I was like, Jim has it in his, so we have to add this into ours. And it was one phone call later, and they were like, well, that's not happening.
Well, your lawyer, I gotta be honest,
a big no ski.
I think your lawyer let you down. I think your lawyer could have done a better job there.
I don't know.
I think that was very gettable.
Lawyer? We're using Sirius.
Exactly. Yeah,
using dude, you got hip hop. That's like every guy in the rap game they use.
Do they use the label lawyer?
The label lawyer. It's awful. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think because they said, Andrew Moss said I could share his lawyer, and I thought that would be the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Is that a bad idea?
Andrew Moss is a lawyer, and so Scott.
Oh no.
I think you made a mistake. I think your lawyer probably could have pushed for that and gotten it. And it's not being greedy because you don't travel that much.
Yeah.
But I told Sam
set aside for that. I think.
Yeah, they do. And I told him because I have an agent. I'm like, I don't use a lawyer as an agent. I'm like, dude, you get first. I told him, make sure you get that.
Do you have an agent?
No, I just have a lawyer.
You know what? I think it's kind of smart to sign the deal before the agent.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, because I signed a deal as like an incentive to an agent once, and I was like, "Hey, you guys will really like me and help me out if I give you money every week." Well, isn't that how business works? Right. And the second we signed, and they got that guaranteed MTV check every couple weeks, it's like they had no incentive to do
nothing.
shit.
Yeah.
You have this deal without the agent.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, if you want a piece of Sam Roberts,
and let me tell you
go
something.
get me some work.
I did not have to pay my lawyer 10%.
What'd you pay your lawyer?
I mean, just a flat fee, but it was a lot less than 10%.
Yeah, 10% is a lot when it comes out of the check.
Wait, what kind of lawyer is he?
He's an
not even a lawyer. Celino and Barnes.
Yeah,
he's Barnes. He's actually Barnes.
Because you should have paid the 10% because then you would have got your first class travel, and the agents earn it. They really do earn the money.
No, they don't.
They absolutely do.
I bet
they
an
get
agent
you more
would not
money.
have gotten me 10% or more money.
Hey, man.
Agents get you more money, man. I never mind paying my agent. I never mind paying. Because they do get you the money you pay them, they probably got you 20% more, and you're giving them 10%.
What about manager?
I have a manager I pay 10%, and he
like
works hard enough. He works hard enough for me. It's a total of 20%.
Business manager?
No.
You do all your business stuff yourself?
I have an accountant that I pay a fee, but there's no percentage.
I got a lawyer and I got a hot dog.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So,
what about your wife? You can have your wife.
And I got my wife too.
Yeah, but that's to clean the toilets, right?
That's right.
Attaboy.
And
Man
and
up.
the kid's 5 months, but he's getting there. He's going to negotiate the next deal.
That's right.
We keep it in the family.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Keep the overhead low.
Do you tip prostitutes? I know it seems like an out there question, but is that someone asked me how much you tip?
You can, I guess. Yeah.
I'm a married man,
Sure.
Andrew Schulz.
Technically, would you?
I have in the past. Yeah. Not always.
So
but
they give
I
you a
have.
fee, and then you go, "Hey, this you exceeded the responsibilities," or is it like a meal where you're like, "Here, I know that this is."
It's hard to say. It's kind of. I don't know what the real rule is for. You can. But usually a lot of times it's just a flat fee.
You know what's interesting? This I found interesting that when you go to dirty massage parlors, you pay in advance and you tip in advance.
No, bro, come on.
And the tip,
BBQs, Dallas BBQs,
because the service that you get at this massage parlor that's could be potentially full release,
right,
is based on how much you tipped in advance.
So
yes,
really
you
good,
paid in advance.
Then you get it, but my friend, it happened to my friend.
And
who's in this room.
If you no Troy,
I didn't say Troy. I didn't want to blow up your spot.
you pay in advance for it, of course.
Sometimes, yeah.
I didn't say Troy. I didn't want to blow up anybody's spot.
But you knew it wasn't you, and I haven't done a massage parlor in years.
I want to do the.
Could have been Schultz. That I was just telling him about himself.
Yeah. I want to do that. I think I want to try that. Are you not into that?
I was for a long time. I really don't partake much anymore, if at all. Like, I think I grew out of it. I've done so much that like after a while you're like, all right, what am I gonna?
Yeah, you're desensitized to sex, huh?
Not necessarily sex, but just to that angle of it. Like I was in Amsterdam, I didn't go into any brothels. I was in Antwerp, Belgium, doing a gig, and I went into. Me and my buddies went down there, and I walked into like one of those red light windows with the girls for 5 minutes just to do the walkthrough. I didn't have sex with her. I literally went in, I talked to her for a few minutes. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And she kept grabbing for my zipper, and she wanted to suck. And I'm like, no. I was like,
It's like Central Park for you. It's just a stroll.
I just wanted to see it. I just wanted to see the vibe of walking up to someone and walking through that window. That was it. And I did it, and it was weird, and there was loud music upstare.
Just window. You're just at a window
exciting
shop.
for you, not fucking hookers.
It's just the idea.
Full circle.
I'm like, she's been working all day. I can't get into this.
You're the guy that gets there right at the beginning of her shift.
Yeah, that was him. And that was also Paul, our other guy, who actually sat in the park for an hour because he wanted to get the girl when she started her shift.
Dude,
where the burgers are fresh.
Yeah.
On the heat rack. That's what you.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This kid who works for us went to the massage parlor. He had an appointment for 10 a.m. Because he knew that's when the shift started.
So the hands are nice and strong.
Right. So he got there at 9 a.m.
Right.
And he wasn't going to go in early because that's the last hour of the previous shift. So he sat in a park for an hour.
Just waited.
And then waited until 10 a.m. so he could get the
I'd want 10:30.
new fresh meats.
I want 10:30 because I want the hands a little warm.
You do.
Yeah, but you know why? You don't want that one finger a lot warmer because it was internally
Also true.
getting warmed up.
Just a little crust comes out from under the fingernail. Like,
Yeah, you don't want that.
Oh, put some gloves on. I guess you can't put the
gloves on. You get a Yankee cranky with gloves on?
No, but maybe put finger in the butt with gloves.
Yeah.
Why with
What?
gloves?
One girl years ago who I used to say used to put gloves on and jerk me off like kitchen gloves.
You don't put... That's a different deal altogether.
It's true. Many years ago.
That
Like,
sounds
fucking Quail Man? What is that Doug Friendly's character with the kitchen gloves?
She would jerk me off. That's many years ago.
like Homer Simpson's nuclear power plant gloves.
Wait, like lubed up?
Yeah, just like regular.
Was it fetishy?
No, she's just a germ freak.
Seriously?
Yep. I met her on fucking Al Goldstein's magazine.
You don't even wear gloves on your penis.
No.
When you raw these?
I don't usually fuck.
You don't usually fuck?
No.
Never?
No,
Have
very
you ever
rarely.
inserted in a trans woman's vagina fake?
Yes, I didn't know what it was though.
Reconstructed.
I didn't know until after. I felt like it was something I could tell that she was post up, and I had sex and it just didn't feel right. And then afterwards, it kind of hit me like I think that's what that was. Like it just didn't.
Because you thought it was butt.
No, I knew it was a pussy, but it just didn't feel. It felt hollow. it didn't. And again, this is years ago.
Because it wasn't the parts that you wanted.
Yeah.
No, I knew it was vagina.
It felt empty.
Why wasn't it poking me back?
Yeah, it just didn't feel like a pussy, so I could kind of I didn't know
squeeze.
It didn't. Pardon me, it didn't squeeze. It didn't feel wet. I don't remember. I just kind of knew. Oh yeah, I think that's what that was.
Okay. I want to ask you guys about this because obviously there's everything with the trans ban, all this kind of stuff. I think that
Charlemagne is transphobic
now. Oh my God!
right?
Which is no, he's not at all. A guest came on his show and said,
the comedian, yeah.
But and he didn't back down from it, which I thought was at least I'm not going to go there. But point is, he said it was something about It was something about like I think that straight guys get this rap for being like the most bigoted, right? When if you ask women, hey, would you sleep with a guy who had done some gay stuff in their past? Like unequivocally, they say no.
You'd be surprised how many say yes.
You're hanging out in the wrong circles.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's never been an issue?
No, I'm sure there has. Sure
yeah.
there has.
No, I think
for
that's
you
right.
personally?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Girls have said, whoa.
I dumped a girl. I stopped seeing a girl for that once. Because she had a problem with things I'd done in my past, and I didn't feel bad about it. But she just told me she had like an issue with it, and as she was talking, I found myself not liking her anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like,
that happens, right? It just like takes over. You're like, wait a minute, because that's her viewpoint. That's the way her brain works. I don't like that person anymore.
No, but I'm like, don't think you're gonna get me to try to like
right.
You're not gonna fucking make me feel bad about things I've done.
I'm not gonna feel ashamed.
No, not even a little. I was done with her immediately before lunch was finished, and I wasn't even mad at her. But yeah, so that once in a while, it was a lunch date.
You're so classy, Jim.
No, I was just hungry. And I think that was. We have a phone call coming in though. Someone wants to say hi to Sam. We should take it, and we can continue talking. And you should put your headphones on.
Oh yeah,
it's a young lady that is not trans, but she's a friend of ours.
Damn. Who is she?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Is that Mary?
Yes.
Mary, I got your DM.
Sam Roberts. Sam, I missed you so much. How are you?
Hello, Mary Jean. I got a DM from Mary Jean on Instagram.
What did it say?
Yes,
It said
I you this morning.
Yeah, she was getting drunk last night and missing doing the show.
Yes, I told her to come in Monday. I said because today we had Andrew, we had I forgot the guy Brad Paisley. I'm like we had a full show, so I'm like maybe come in on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've been having so much sex. I just wanted to jerk everyone off on the show today, or like give a lap dance. Something was like.
I'm itching my bag.
You want to come back, Schulz? You want to come back on Monday or Tuesday?
Absolutely. I get back Sunday, so I'm gonna definitely come in Monday. You jerk people off? Is that your thing?
Yeah, like I've been having sex back to back, and like I wanted to have some more today.
Wow. So
what does that mean, back to back?
You're back to
shot porn.
Yeah, you're back to shooting porn, right, Mary?
Oh my God, yeah! I started like 2 days ago. I got to shop for Brazzers, and it was amazing. Like my pussy hurts,
right,
but it still feels really good.
I don't know if I'm being trolled right now.
No. This is legit.
Really?
100% legit. This is Mary. She's our good friend.
And she comes on the
Sam,
show.
I miss you so much.
I miss you too, Mary.
Oh, that's what she looks
I
like.
want to
Oh,
touch
wow.
your nipples.
Okay, that's very nice
Yeah,
of you.
Mary Jean is what we call a good egg.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's one of our.
And Jim, I want to touch your dick.
I would like that.
Okay, well,
Okay.
maybe you touch my nipples first. I don't want
Oh,
Jim
then
dick
I'll touch
hands.
Jim's dick.
Yeah,
Yeah, or I'll put my just dick on your nipples and she can kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite.
How many scenes did you shoot, Mary?
I got to shoot two scenes.
Okay.
And I got to shoot with Johnny Sins, which I know he did your show, the Sam Roberts show.
His wife did. I don't remember if he did. I know Kissa did.
I thought he came too.
Maybe he did, but Kissa was awesome. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome too. Like, I get it now. The Sins thing, you know? My pussy loved it.
Mary, is this your first time doing porn, or you've done porn for a while?
I don't know, because I shot a few scenes, but it's been a while.
So you have already shot porn before?
Asking all the tough questions.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I'm just curious. Were you nervous the first time that you did it?
No, everybody was so nice. They gave me some food. They clapped for me after I was finished.
Did they clap for you with their ass cheeks?
Oh, no, like everybody, I know deep down inside, everybody's dick was hard. Like, they didn't show it, but I think they loved it.
Mary, have you ever not been able to make someone come?
Yeah, but it's because they're under like some sort of influence, which is normal.
Or a guy will be all fucked up mentally. There's been times where I couldn't come and it had nothing to do with the girl. It was just, I'm fucked up. Yeah, why? When couldn't you come?
That's so sad.
I need you here, Mary.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure there's been plenty of times I haven't been able to come. I can't think of it exactly. I just wonder if there's a big ego hit for that.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I'm used to not making girls come. It's not that big a deal.
Absolutely.
Right. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God, you're a selfish lover.
No, I'm not selfish. I'm just not good. I think they're very different things, I guess.
He gives it the old college try.
Yeah.
Well, you sound really good over the phone, so I can't wait to touch your dick on Monday.
Well, that's very nice to say.
Congratulations,
Thank
Andrew.
you. I was
That is
waiting
nice.
for you to touch my dick as well. But
That is nice.
Everybody's dick is gonna get touched on Monday.
That's
I
great.
swear.
So
Even
that's good.
Troy's dick.
Yes.
Yay!
That's good news.
So, Mary, is it like when you start to have sex, does it make you more horny? Like it doesn't satisfy the urges the more you do it? Like breast milk. You know, the more breast milk is produced, the more it gets produced. Meaning, like if a baby drinks a whole bunch, your body starts producing that amount again and again.
Yeah.
So is that the way
Sam,
you are?
You're talking like a dad right now.
That's right.
Love it.
I know
Like,
he's talking breast milk.
But is that the way you
I
are?
want to have your kid.
Okay, that's maybe the next one. But is that the way you are with dicks? Like the minute you get like 2 dicks, you need 2 more, and then 2 more, and then 2 more.
Yeah, like I was telling you before, I did back to back.
Right.
So now, like my pussy, like honestly, I feel like my insides are coming out. Like I'm ready to have a baby after yesterday's dick.
Wow. Did somebody
So
impregnate you?
yeah, like I could get back to back. And
Do
it
you
would
have
be
any kids,
like,
Mary?
Do I have kids? I have a dog. Does that count?
Yeah.
It's not exactly.
No, not the same thing.
It's not exactly.
So, yeah, I have a kid. His name is Milo. He walks in 4 legs.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a
The
dog.
dog.
This is so odd. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know how to react. This is so odd.
Did you do anal? I remember you telling me before that the first time you did anal was on a porno set.
Yeah.
You did anal?
Well, I didn't get to do anal this time. I'm still trying to save my asshole for the right person.
Oh, you get me all choked up.
Yeah. But they stuck a finger up my ass yesterday, so I think that's anal.
Let's see. Wow.
Let's see her vagina. Yeah, can you go close?
Yeah, she's very sexy. What was the finger? How was the finger in the hiney? Did you enjoy that?
It was nice. Like my pussy was getting dry because it was getting pounded out for a while.
Right.
And then he stuck his finger, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm wet again. So that was cool.
How long did he pound you out for?
Oh my god, I don't know, like hours. Like I was just getting dick back to back, and then I found myself sucking dick when I wasn't even supposed to. When we were off shooting, and I was like, oh my god, I really love doing that.
Wait. So when you were not on camera, you were practicing your lines.
Yeah, like I kept forgetting my lines because the guy was so hot, like hot with a big dick, and I don't even like big dicks, but he was so cute, so I kept forgetting my lines, so that fucked me over. But
Did it hurt when he put his penis in you?
yes,
You know,
like I was ready to have another one in my mouth so I could numb the pain and not think about it, but
that makes sense.
I had one.
That makes sense.
Porn guys are just a different breed of human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they're
can't.
like NBA
I can't
players.
relate.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it really is. Like to have a dick that big and be able to fuck that long with people watching. Well, that whole thing that guy's doing. You're Mary Jean is laying on this guy's stomach, sitting on his stomach, and he's on his back.
Yeah.
How do you fuck that way? My dick, I'd give one pump and go, all right, turn it over. I can't do this.
There's too much weight.
It's very hard.
No, just the idea of holding somebody and.
It's probably just for the picture, though.
What's that?
It's probably just for the picture.
I couldn't. I'd have to fucking tape
Jim?
my dick to the pussy for me to stay there. Yes.
Jim, I want to sit on your dick.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool. So
What will you not let a guy do?
No, they can do whatever they want.
No, there's got to be
3
something
times.
in life. Like, what will you not let a guy do?
Like, honestly, they can do whatever they want. Because when I'm horny, I just want to fuck. I want to scratch. I want you to scratch me. I want
What
to,
about
like,
emotionally?
flirt.
What about like a forehead kiss? Is that rough for you?
Romantic.
Aww.
What about like holding with like hands where the webbing touches? Is that tough for you?
What
a
does that
little?
mean? That sounds
What
hot.
does that mean? Holding hands,
Oh, like,
taking a walk together. What are these strange
what are you
activities
talking
you
about?
talk about?
yeah, I don't mind holding hands. It gets me horny, too. I'm like, oh. Intimate.
But Adrian said you didn't like kissing.
I didn't want to kiss Adrian, though.
Oh, yeah, it's understandable.
Wait, have they had sex, Adrian and?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
She said she put 8 fingers in his
She
butthole.
said 7.
Was it 7 or 8, Mary?
Wait a minute. At different times? Is this
No,
like when
at
you're trying
once.
to take the peanut
All
butter
at
off?
the same time.
Wait,
All at the same time.
8 fingers in his asshole.
Was it 8 or 7, Mary? I don't want to.
It was 7. It almost went to 8, but then he got embarrassed, even though his asshole was still wet.
Because he said she got 2 fingers in, but Mary came in studio and corrected him and said she got 2 fingers and a fist. That's 7.
This is Adrian that I know that's now in Montana?
That's
Yep.
right.
Yes.
That's why he went to Montana?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. 'cause
He's searching
He
for
texted
Mary?
me, like,
Yeah.
2 days
No, he
ago.
knew girls had longer fingers there.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
loved Adrian's asshole.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, we all did. We all miss it.
Yeah, it's just nice to have around.
Yeah.
Any of us could use it whenever we wanted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy that they had sex. Have you had sex with any other people involved with the show? What about Roland?
I love Roland. Hi, Roland. I'm going to show you my titties on Monday.
Would you have sex with Roland?
Roland, yeah.
Why not? Right?
I was like, yeah. I
Bring
love
bacon.
Oh.
That what?
Bring bacon.
He does like it.
Oh, he was just
Oh
eating
my
a plate
God,
of
yes.
it.
That's
Savage.
a good cat.
Yeah, he's-
Bacon between my boobs and just make him look, like,
That sounds great.
Roland.
She's very lovely bosoms.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to grab a coffee with you, Mary, and just have a conversation.
No, that's too much work.
All right, well, come in on Monday or something, okay?
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Sam, I fucking love you. Tell your nipples to be ready.
Okay, will do.
Okay. Bye, Jim.
Bye, Mary Jean.
Bye, Mary.
Bye.
Always great to hear from you.
Yeah. She texted me last night, and she wanted to come in. And I was like, yeah, but let's do it Monday or Tuesday because we have a full show today.
They're kind of like comics, porn stars in a way, like the ones who can't turn it off.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there is something to that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I get it, but at the end of the day, it's shtick, right?
Yeah, like it's almost like if a porn star stuck in your dick, you're like, are you doing a bit?
Yeah.
So when a comic does a bit at the table, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. When she starts making sounds that you know are not.
I'm not getting that sound out of you.
That's exactly, that's her go-to.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where she's comfortable. Like, we should just have a conversation with her about, healthcare.
Yeah. I've talked to her. I actually hang out with her.
Really?
We've never had sex.
And
you should.
Shtick is no shtick?
I'm okay. I'm okay being friends. What's that?
No shtick when you're with her?
Nah, we flirt and have fun, but it's like we don't fuck around and we don't fuck. It's weird.
What do you guys talk about?
Everything. We just go out to dinner. We talk about whatever, the radio show,
hold
porn,
hands.
comedy.
Huh?
They hold hands and do forehead kisses.
Dude, that's the best. There's like romance there.
But it's like we're friends, and I like being friends with her.
You should marry her.
Mary Jean's a fun person. I don't think I could handle her as my wife.
Really?
No, because she likes to fuck people, and that would be rough for me as a guy.
She's also got a bit of a fiery temper.
She does. Yeah, she'd probably get me shot.
Yeah.
Mary Jean's one for throwing dukes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she'll throw a punch quick.
We did a live show where we did a live show at the Village Underground where we had Mary Jean on just as our person because she's such a character on the show.
Yeah.
But we also had another porn star in because we wanted somebody to make out with this guy Bobo, and we didn't want Mary Jean to be in that position, so we brought the other porn star in, and
jealousy
a little bit, and it ended up as we were ending the show, we were saying thank you, good night. Nobody was paying attention to us on stage, and the people in the audience had to let us know that there was a porn star fist fight happening in the back of the room.
I got to the cellar a half hour later. That's all any comic wanted to know. The porn stars fighting like every ball. There it is. Yeah.
Hold on.
That's Mary.
And then she punched Adrian in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, she's got a lot of emotions.
Yeah, clearly.
She's a wonderful person until
there's something underneath there you could tell, man.
Throw it down. When it's time to throw it down, she'll throw it down too.
But that's the most exciting part, though. Don't you want to know, like, what the furnace is about? Like,
yeah,
I want to see it.
Yeah,
I just don't want to see it directed at me.
Absolutely not. I want to like have a combo. Why are you so angry? What happened? What's going on?
That could get her upset.
Some people don't know though why they're angry. Like, it's funny. Andy Kindler, we talked about him.
Yeah.
He was talking recently about something. Actually, I listened to part of this last.
Address.
Yeah, it's the first thing I've never heard a full address.
Yeah.
I listened to a few minutes of it. He was talking about having anger issues and being funny with it. But it's like, that's anger driven shit. It makes us do crazy stuff.
Yeah,
it's fucking scary.
Yeah, why do you think we ignore so much? Do you think it's just easier?
Anger?
It's easier
because it's
just
painful.
emotions in general?
We just want. If we can cover up emotions with something happy in the moment that feels good, whether it's coming or buying something or eating something or
a lot of times in my case that was all the same thing. Yeah. So one-stop shopping. I want to eat something, come and buy it.
Click, done.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's easier to do. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to deal with your real stuff going on.
So just distraction,
just escapism.
So
by the way, before we can get to what you were doing for sure, but I did because I forgot last time Schulz was on. And I feel like I'm going to forget it again if I don't mention something. Speaking of love connections, based on the show and Mary Jean and stuff, our female intern, the girl intern, Alina.
That's right.
She is in love with Andrew Schulz.
Is she?
Where is she?
Because I had Charlemagne up here. And she was like, "Oh my God, I love Charlemagne." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Okay, that's a thing you hear." And she goes, "He's on that podcast." And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh my God, I love his co-host.
You're red.
I love his co-host.
She's red.
Like when I tell you, the reason she thinks Charlemagne is amazing is because he gets to hang out with Schulz.
She's red. I've never seen you red
I need to
before.
get that in audio. I need to get a clip of that. I want a clip of that.
True or false? Why do you think Charlemagne's amazing?
Because of you.
Oh.
I literally just I told my friends that you fingered me because we banged fingers, so all my friends now know that.
Wait, let's clarify what happened here. How old are you, first of all?
23, but I look 12. I'm
okay,
sorry.
yeah, you go. And
you touched your shoulder.
We touched fingers.
I'm not showering ever again.
I'm tactile. But yeah, that's so great. I think you have a great taste in guys.
I want to taste you.
Really? You girls are crazy out here. Every girl that's ready, this is a real live thing. I want to get to know you, Alina. I'm in Jim's world. Like the fucking I've done. Now I just want connection.
I want a connection reaction too.
You like Selena?
I saw that. Oh my God, my lips are Puerto Rican. You mentioned that before too. You made me like my lips.
I made you like your lips.
Yeah, because you had a podcast with Charlamagne. I think it was a live one where you talked to like a Puerto Rican girl came up and she was like, "Oh my God, you're my girl. I want you to be my boyfriend." And you said, well, "Let me see your lips." And she was Puerto Rican. You said you like Puerto
She
Rican
had full lips. Yeah, my mom has a mouth like a bird. She has no
thin lips,
at all.
yeah.
Yeah, just nothing. I prefer a nice lip. You have nice lips.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Where'd you find out about Andrew Schulz? Like, how did
Guy
you?
Code.
Oh, you watched Guy Code. See, Guy Code worked. It was
Big
good.
show, man. That was massive for you guys.
Yeah.
Dude, it was great. It was cool. People still come out.
You like him better than Christy?
Yeah.
I need that in audio too. This is a great ego boost for me. Okay?
So much.
I just had a porn star that was willing to fuck anybody. Said that she didn't want to hold my hand, but now I have Alina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else was on that show? Was
Chrissy, Damian Lemon.
Oh, Damian. We had Damian Monday.
That's
Okay,
how I met Charlamagne Duval.
Yeah.
You know?
Carly, I saw Carly in the elevator.
Oh, Carly's great.
I want to be her.
Is she doing a show here?
She does one.
She
on
works with Taylor once a week.
On Fridays, right?
She's
Taylor.
gorgeous in real life.
One day a week.
Taylor who?
Taylor Stryker. She
Taylor in the morning.
Just like a girl show in the morning. It's a good show.
Okay, I don't know about
I
it.
wouldn't know. I'm too busy concentrating on this one. That's the attitude.
Oh, good one, Jim. Yeah.
Thanks. Good. All right. So yeah, what is it you like about Andrew? He's a very handsome guy. He's very
so
funny.
Handsome. He's so funny. He's so nice too. He's really and he talks really well too in his podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I love what he says. He made me love appropriation. We talked about. I remember that one a lot. It's really important.
Cultural appropriation?
Yeah, because he said that it's like cool that like you believe in diversity and that like.
I'm 100% pro cultural appropriation.
Yeah,
Yes.
The way like, people listen to his podcast and Charlamagne too. They both are so smart and eloquent on it. I swear, and like they're still funny, but like it's good. It's just so good. I used to listen to it when I was lifeguarding. I didn't save lives. People drowned, but fuck
She
it.
doesn't talk like this about our show.
No, and by the way, this fucking.
We need to hire her. I think we need to steal her from you guys.
I know, but
Some
she's at
talent
33
posing.
and now she's on 45. She's like talking.
To everybody under 27.
Yeah, that was
These
old
are
man.
records that we're talking
That
about.
was a record speed. I was taught. That was old man shit. Everyone over 50 is like, that's why I tune in. But I've never seen her this hyped up. But no, she does not speak this positively about our show.
And
But that's
she's not-
okay.
She's like, she's beat red. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, usually.
I'm so flattered. Thank you, Alina.
Her little arms are crossed.
Usually she comes in and kind of does the Alina character a little bit
Yeah.
and does this kind of stuff and makes dick-sucking references and whatnot.
Right.
But she's way more real right now.
So this is the real vulnerable Alina.
Yeah.
She's very
glad we got to see
vulnerable
that.
Oh my
right
God,
now.
you're so handsome. I can't stop looking at you.
Thank you. This
oh
is
my
great.
She's
God.
gonna cry. Look at her eyes.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
You think so?
Yes. This video is like porn. I'm masturbating to this tonight. I swear
You're
to God.
going to?
You're going to masturbate.
Oh yeah. My friend's coming over to be like a girl masturbation.
What
Wow, you guys masturbate together.
It's friendly. It's
Yeah.
free. I'm broke.
what scenario will you put in your mind when you think about this?
Well, you guys be watching. Definitely.
I don't want to.
I would watch it. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Andrew Schulz having sex
You
with our
guys-
intern.
That'd be fun. I'd watch Andrew Schulz fuck Travis. It'd be fun to watch.
I mean, I like you, Andrew. I came to watch you do stand up.
Oh my God,
But I
that was
wasn't.
so great.
I didn't.
Thank you
I
for
don't
coming out.
But I wouldn't. Hey man, thanks for coming out. I just fucking this girl. Thank you for coming out tonight and watching me, man. That's
Bro, Jim, you are so unapologetically you. It is hilarious. It's just so funny. Like, just the idea that you can. So, what would you do sexually? Like, you want the picture, you want the painting.
Yeah, what is her scenario?
Yeah.
There has to be a scenario.
So Jim and I are in the room.
Start.
Because you're not going to think of just talking to Andrew. He's right there. I mean,
Maybe the mic wouldn't be working, so like, oh, I'll pretend I'm Mars, and I know what to do so I can fix it, and
Right.
then I'll just go on and suck on its cock, dry.
Whoa.
Yeah. I love
Dry.
you. Yeah, I want to be sexual, but you're so pretty. I swear to God. Like,
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're so cool.
Thank you very much, Alina. Wow, dry. Why dry? I prefer wet blowjobs.
No, like I'm taking it dry. Like, there'll be no cum left. Like it's just like.
Oh,
drain it dry.
Drain it dry.
Yeah.
You need to clarify.
Yeah, she
Right,
wants to
sorry.
fuck
I
it.
thought you were going to suck my dick with one of those dentist straws, taking all the saliva out.
Like you'd have to wait a while to get another blowjob to come again.
Really?
Yes.
I
You
wanna-
deserve it.
Do you ever worry at all that like you haven't left much to the imagination? Like there's not like this mysterious vibe about you.
You guys got the best
dynamic ever. You guys got the best.
Like that's sort of like there's no will she won't she.
I don't know.
Going on.
But does that matter for a guy? Like, you like a little bit of that, but I don't think if a girl is like, I want to suck your dick dry, no guy's going to go like, yeah, I prefer vagueness.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I got to work for this one.
Yeah.
We need a little something to the imagination.
Yeah, no.
My friends said I have to be more mysterious. So I was
Right.
like, I'll see if I let you finish. One time I said it to a guy. They didn't care.
Now, hold on. We have somebody in the next room who does not believe this. Hot Dog, do you want to just jump out on Travis's mic?
What's going on with Hot Dog? Hot Dog's my guy.
Wow. Oh, a new hairdo. That's fucking awesome.
Look at that fucking
Who's
face.
Hot Dog?
Like the guy looks like he's in 1985 in Philly.
He really does look like he's in the Furious Five.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you need to back it up if you're going to be talking all that stuff.
I can't yet.
shit.
August 23rd.
Oh, you're saying get some dicks in your mouth if you're
I'm
going to talk
trying,
about
guys.
it.
I'm so horny for a dick. You
Hot
don't
Dog,
know.
Hot Dog, by the way.
Wait,
Hot
are
Dog
you on
just,
sabbatical with dicks?
What does that mean? It's a
Like
big word.
Take a break.
No, I'm like literally mouth open, legs open, asshole open. No guys sitting in, no guys coming
You
through.
think she's asshole open, hot dog?
Why until August 25th?
Well, that's my end of my internship, so I can actually hit on people here.
Schulz, can I tell you what's going on right
So
now?
this isn't hitting
hot
on
dog.
people.
You don't work here though. It's different. She can hit on you.
But she's not allowed to.
Hot dog's trying to talk his way into a blowjob.
Of course he
He's
is.
like, hey, don't sing it, bring it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I bet you wouldn't.
Yeah, right. You may talk about that with Andrew Schulz, but you wouldn't do that with me.
Yeah.
So are you attracted to hot
No,
dog?
we've been over this.
Now here's a question.
That's a
How
shame.
much? No, hot dog. How much do you like me?
I can't even put it to words. I like my hands are wet, my vagina's wet.
Would
I'm
you
wet.
be willing to blow hot dog
for you?
for me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would lick his asshole for you if you told me to.
Hot dog, you want that little bunghole link?
Yeah, no, hot dog. You want to spend money to upgrade somebody to business class?
How great would that be?
I'm flying first to London. Hot dog's relaxed at work the next day.
It's prostitution through Schultz's airline ticket.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not prostitution. It's
No.
bartering.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Good old-fashioned way.
It's bartering.
But she seems different today, man. She doesn't
She is
seem like
different.
hot dog. She doesn't seem like all talk, like just for effect. Like she came in flushed. The first thing I thought was her face is all red.
And she's stopping like mid-sentence to be like, ah!
Yeah.
You know.
Right, yeah, because before it just seemed like it was a little bit put on, and now she's like really super excited, but still, you're talking a big game.
You think she's faking it?
Semi.
What does that mean? I'm semi right now listening to it.
What a buzzkill.
Yeah, really.
So wait, do you think she's faking it because you don't? Is it like ego that's saying that to you because you don't feel like this is extended to you, so it must not be real if it's extended to anybody else?
Oh, there's a lot of things like the whole constantly talking about blowjobs. And
Not yours, though.
Not mine.
Yeah, she made
Well, do
clear.
you think he's attractive, though?
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
So it's his personality.
But no.
I mean-
Are you attracted to him?
No, I like white guys.
Had a girl. Hold on. Let me. The sound you hear is Jim and Sam applauding. Good girl.
You know what I think is going on? Because Anthony's in there too, being like, no, she's full of shit. She's full of shit.
Kumia, jumping up and down. Like reading it.
But here's what's happening. There is a room full of jealous youngsters in
That's
there.
right.
And they're like, well, why isn't Alina excited to see me? This fucking
You
guy
gotta put in the work, guys. Okay,
right?
You gotta get to them when they're 16 years old. Okay, it's like ISIS. You gotta get to them
Yes.
early. All right, manipulate them, make them fall in love with you, or like even R. Kelly, to be honest. And then when they're 23 and able to suck dick, attack.
Why do you think
Sam's
Bob's-
totally right, by the way.
Why do you
Because
think Bob
Anthony's-
Saget gets so much pussy?
Anthony's standing over here saying, "Give it to her, hot dog."
Hey, what a creep.
Ewy.
Ew, he's the type of guy that would fucking cheer you on when the pinball machine was happening. Go ahead, give it to her. She'd ask you for it.
Yeah.
Oh, creepy Anthony.
There's a bunch of dudes in the other room that don't get laid. They're like, she's full of shit. Nobody's like that. Like,
Yeah.
guess what? Andrew Schulz has put the work in. He put the time in. Quite frankly, he grooms himself a little better than you guys.
Sure does.
and
More
Grooming is
successful.
important.
Yeah.
Maybe Alina likes that.
More
Maybe you like a
successful.
low
I
groomed
don't
guy.
care what you're just perfect. You can do anything. You can be in
Thank
poop
you.
right
Isn't that
now.
nice?
I'm very
In
flattered.
poop?
Yeah, I don't care. I love
It's a weird thing to say.
I love you, Alina.
Oh my gosh, did you hear that?
That's great.
It's so cool.
He said it like LL too.
Yeah.
I thought he was
I
gonna do
lick
the
my
peace
lips
sign and then-
afterwards.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
He's gonna bite into an
I
apple
have
in
to
a
go
minute.
edit after this, but I'm gonna be in the bathroom, like fingering myself.
You
for
are?
5 minutes.
Do it in your. I don't know if you can do that at the office.
Now do it in the bathroom. Why not?
Yeah,
Can you do it in the bathroom?
Yeah, no one's gonna look. I figure myself in the bathroom, just the other hole. Go on now.
Just got his own viewing quarters.
Anthony, you jealous?
No, I'm not jealous. I think she's genuine right here because the whole. No, I'm not.
Then why are you saying, hey,
Yeah,
give it to her, hot
Yeah,
dog?
give it to her.
Because hot dog is back here
He wants
saying,
to
like,
touch hot dog's smooth, not white ass as he's fucking it to feel the motion
It's
of
like, hot dog, if you get a blowjob for that plane ticket, I get to lunch. Yeah, give it to her.
Ooh, he
hot
smells
dog.
like cocoa
Feels
butter.
like the Sandlot back there.
Yeah, give it to her. You can do it.
No, this is like it when the one girl with the room full of dorks would just fuck all of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When fucking stupid stuttering Bill Denbrow got some puss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a nice girl.
They got laid?
There's an orgy. All the kids fucked the girl.
The one girl.
What's
who
her name?
hangs out with
Something
the
Marsh.
losers.
Yeah.
Did this
Becca
happen
Marsh?
in the second tape?
No,
Remember
what-
how it was a double VHS?
No, it was not in the movie. It was only in the book.
It's there's an implication in the movie that she dated the different guys a bunch.
Right.
Like
Oh.
there is an implication that there's something going on. In the book, it's fully explained.
It has something to do with the energy or the love. It's got something to do with sharing love and defeating this thing by love. Although, in all I can think of is how I'd never be able to keep an erection with all my friends trying to fucking to conquer a murdering clown. My dick would fail so miserably. Sorry.
What a great plan
So they
those
used the
guys
orgy
came
to
up
beat
with.
the clown.
In a way, it was like something to do with the energy.
I bet it was all the guys thought of it. The girl didn't think of it. All
No.
the guys were like, if we all fuck you, the
Yeah.
clown will die.
Yeah. Pennywise hates that. We all get pushed.
Remember Ghostbusters 2 when the love beat the ghost?
Right.
This is how we beat it.
Right. We don't have a radio. Let's all fuck you.
You know that movie tortured me. You might not like me after this, but
Okay.
dude, it. I'm telling you, I saw it when I was in 3rd grade. It was at a friend's or 4th grade Derek Yadgarov's sleepover birthday party. There was like 8 of us there, and I was so afraid I had to ask a stranger. Not a stranger to me, but one of his friends to come to the bathroom with me while I peed, because he would crawl out of the drain.
Oh yeah.
So he went there, and then he literally walked back, went to be. I couldn't go to sleep, and then I went and I asked my friend Derek's parents if I could sleep in the same bed with.
Wait,
them.
what movie is this? I gotta get a copy of that. Sure, I'll watch it.
Is that creepy? You think
It's
sleeping
so
in the
creepy.
bed of your friend's parents?
Did they say
no,
yes?
They said yes. I slept in the bed with them.
Oh my God, I would kill.
He was just scared.
You would kill.
I would
You
kill
would
other
kill
parents.
if they did that.
Yeah, if they were like, oh yeah, your kid was
But
like
what
he
if
was
it's
scared,
both of
so
them?
he slept in. Then yeah, I don't need a fucking threesome happening. Like I need
double
some
molesting
weird
your
like
kid.
yeah, little 8-year-old.
Maybe you didn't even watch that movie. That's why you remember it. Maybe the dad kept saying, "Touch it, touch it."
What do you think about that, Alina? Do you think that's cute?
Yeah.
Did I
You
have
do?
fears?
Yeah.
You're
You're
horrible.
human.
I am.
Wait, like you look like a god.
Wait,
Oh,
Alina.
thanks.
Yeah.
That's the guy from Guy Code, Andrew Schulz. I know. Isn't that crazy?
I get him coffee. I can do it in the morning after I fuck you too.
Get
Do
coffee
right after.
I do like coffee. I don't like morning sex though.
Why?
It's just we're at our worst.
But no, you deserve it. You just woke up from a hard night. You deserve something else.
I know, but we all smell. It's just like
I agree. I don't either. I like morning sex if it's OU, like at Awake. I like to fuck there. All right.
I feel like
we gotta take a break.
We're doing the Andrew Schulz appreciation show today. So here's a girl who wants to fuck you. Coming up next, country music star.
Guys, this
Brad
is the greatest
Paisley.
day of my
country
life.
music legend.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
so
for you.
excited.
Okay, buddy,
I'm
this
so
is for you.
excited.
Travis told me we have to break in my ear, and he said Brad is on time. So let's just take a quick break, Alina. Very well done, and we're happy we could make some connection. Who knows what will happen? And Andrew's hanging for the show, and Brad Paisley's going to come
Let's
in.
be honest, he's hanging for Brad Paisley.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask Brad Paisley immediately why wasn't on this fucking stupid comedy tour that he's promoting. All right. We'll be right back.
Before,
Hold on now.
well, we should plug our shit before he comes in,
Yeah.
right?
Sam Roberts Live. That's the podcast.
Well, I was going to say to make sure you listen to Ricky Gervais's Deadly Serious tonight at 6 p.m.
British fella.
He's on Raw Dog,
Yes, he is.
as well as Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m.
East Coast time.
on Raw Dog. 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday is Comedy Greats. You can look it up. It'll be on our Instagrams and stuff, but I did the show with him. Also, go to HighlineBallroom.com and get your tickets for Sam Roberts Wrestling Podcast Live. Dan Soder's going to be there with me. If you get the VIP admission, you get the lapel pin for free. If not, you can buy one. You can buy one if you want. But I would just get the VIP admission. Why not?
Bang.
If you're in Atlantic City, come on down to Borgata. Enjoy yourself. 2 comedy shows Saturday night. A lot of laughs, a lot of good family entertainment.
I like Country Jimmy.
Well,
Yeah.
especially because he's
You
got
can
a
speak like this. Why would you always speak
he's got
like
a
this?
he's got a he's
Talk
got a
like this
cold
to
today.
Brad. Welcome aboard, buddy.
He's got a cold today, so he's got that southern bass in his voice.
Yeah.
I want to see you do a set like this. Do a 10-minute set.
I'd love to go on up there and entertain those folks. Thank y'all for coming.
Keep it nice though.
I'm
Right?
going to. I'm going to do the same old stuff that I've been doing.
Keep it fair.
That's right. I love dating trans girls because it doesn't matter if you leave the toilet seat up. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy stylings of Jim Norton.
I don't know if it'll play for the right audience.
And by the way, the old Chip Chippison podcast live show sold out, but we're working on guys doing a poster for the Chip. It's damn good.
Is that right?
I'm so psyched about it.
I'm glad to hear that.
I couldn't feel better if you gave me something to make me feel better. I couldn't think of anything.
Not good at those country analogies.
Nope.
Yet.
Sometimes
no, those aren't there.
country Jimmy and Chip are very familiar. Well, it's Brad Paisley's coming on in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Got to count the microphones.
Yep. Yep. It's a little embarrassing, but you do have to do that.
All right.
It is what it is.
Where is this gentleman? What's he doing?
He's coming in.
Cool.
Don't get hot. Hey, come on in, Brad Paisley.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, Brad.
Man,
How you doing?
the young legend, Brad Paisley.
How are you?
Is that a good title? Because I feel like
You
think
too.
legend is it doesn't.
Legend sort of implies
You're done, right?
about to die.
Right, and you got a lot left in the tank.
I hope.
But the young legend is like, okay, right?
I don't know.
Well, do you like legend, but you're not supposed to like it?
Right?
If someone calls you a legend,
No.
you're like, oh, no, but you got to kind of like
You
it.
don't want to be a legend because a legend is sort of like, yeah, it's like body of work.
Right.
Yeah, you had a great run.
Oh, like there is
You
an
think
end to this
Legend's
body of
done?
work.
That's the legend's like reunion tour.
Right,
You
right.
think legend kind of states that you're almost at the end as opposed to still young with a lot of
I
stuff?
would think so.
Garth Brooks is a legend.
Well, yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
By
he's not-
choice.
Well, he's a legend because he's accomplished so much.
Right.
I feel like he's also not. He's not anywhere near done. But at the same time, it's more fun to think of myself as young.
Yeah, if you're gray-haired, you could be legend.
Yeah, I got some.
Even if you're
I got
still
a
in the
few-
game.
there's a few gray.
So you're a young legend.
Young legend. That's
Dude,
a
you're
great,
young
that's a great-
legend,
the young
bro. You can't
get out of it. You're a young legend. It's okay.
It's a fact, man. Come on,
Okay.
bro.
All right, I'll take it. I guess.
How do you do with
There's certainly worse things on the internet right now. but-
Absolutely. We're called all of them.
is success something that like you strive for it, or did you just want to be a musician? Because the level of success that you've achieved through your music is like unbelievable. Like 12 million albums sold, 10 or something gold albums. Like it's
I feel like
crazy.
I feel like success is the type of thing that in all honesty, it sounds like I'm this is canned, but it's really true. It's all about, am I happy with the music I'm making, and the fact that I've been able to make a good living and play for audiences with this music that I like to do. I'm pretty happy because nobody ever made me be something I didn't want to be.
Right.
What's the difference between country music now and like older country music? Like, is it like more appealing to like young people now? Because I never listened to it. Like Johnny Cash is kind of like the person who's a novice listens to country music.
Absolutely, yeah. And Johnny Cash that's as good as it gets. I mean, it's it is what it is. Johnny Cash doesn't sound like other people. Like Johnny Cash, he wasn't necessarily typical of the era he was in. That's maybe why he's one of the greatest of all time. Is that Johnny was like, it's Johnny. It sounded like Johnny.
Yeah,
it's like a Michael Jackson song is always a Michael Jackson song. Doesn't matter what he does.
No doubt about
Unless
it.
The Weeknd doesn't.
Yeah,
or Alien Ant Farm. They do a good job.
Dude, Alien Ant Farm killed it.
They did a nice
right.
job with Smooth Criminal.
But the old country music was I like to think of it as different. It was different topics. I mean, they talked about trains and prison and some things like that. And we don't necessarily do that, but we've evolved in terms of the stuff that we talk about. Although we've regressed lately.
What about female country? I can't get into it. It's too violent.
He likes men.
What
are you, blind?
They're too violent. I can look at them, beautiful ladies,
They
but
do
it's
kill
too,
guys a lot.
It's too violent.
They beat them up.
Are you insecure with the female empowerment?
I'm insecure with females murdering.
Oh,
what's the song about the girl who wrecks the guy's car?
Every song,
Carrie does it.
Carrie Underwood, right? I love that song.
Every song, they're poisoning before he didn't even cheat.
We deserve it though.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, you're falling into the trap of these female country stars. They got you bullied. You have to be PC over here, okay? You can fight back.
I'm a wet dog sitting over here.
Fight back against these spiteful, vengeful female country stars.
I actually did one on a couple albums ago that was like the male version of that, where it was a song called Karate. I really love the song. I had Charlie Daniels actually rap in it.
That's awesome.
Because Charlie was like the original rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thinks about that. But think about Devil Went Down to Georgia. There was no rap yet.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
Blondie got big credit for rap, I guess, but Charlie Daniels did do that song before Rapture, right?
I don't know, but it's around that time. But he didn't know that he was doing rap. But
you're saying rap was appropriated from country music.
That's right.
In that sense, yeah. When you do it,
hot take Brad, hot take Brad. Wow,
it can be. Yeah, let's
cut it. Send it to TMZ.
But there are no definitive statements that always work. But I feel like in this case, with the song that I was doing, I had a good time. It was a song called Karate, and what it is it's about this woman that's in an abusive relationship, and the whole song she's training to basically like kick his ass.
So like a J-Lo movie.
Yeah, it's a little like that. It's exactly like that. And then by the end, it's like basically she comes home and he's been drinking again, and it's all that. The chorus is about he's in a bar chasing Cuervo with Ducati. He doesn't know she's been taking karate.
You had to find a liquor, something that rhymed with karate.
Yeah, that was right. And Ducati's perfect. And then because that's a pretty redneck beer too.
It's very difficult to do the reverse though. Like
what's that?
The men.
Sometimes you got to beat your annoying wife. What about that song?
I don't think so.
The only one that I
they
heard...
did those, by the way, in the '60s. I think that is the difference. Now we've come back
got
around.
away with it.
What do you mean? He had a song where
Mama's in the graveyard, Papa's in the pen.
No. Papa's in the graveyard. You got it backwards.
I
It's
do?
still, again,
Yes.
the guy died. Yeah.
Listen, sometimes you switch it up for what
Didn't
you
the guy
like.
drive his truck into the motel?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You know more about it than me. You're a big fan.
Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad.
No, he just
We
likes
got a
those kind
Garth
of
fan over
scenarios.
here.
We do, don't we?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, other than that.
You had the truck stop shirt. You had the piping and the flames on it. and all that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I like
me.
one song Garth Brooks did. He did a cover of "Hard Luck Woman" by Kiss. You ever hear that song?
Yeah,
does?
he would nail stuff like that. When he covered Billy Joel, it was good too. He used to do "You May Be Right."
Do you cover any rock? I love like that is my favorite shit that Johnny Cash did with like Rick Rubin when he covered all those Danzig and all those Nine Inch Nails.
I'll do whatever I can get away with that fits my voice. Like I love to do Layla, the acoustic version of that. That's my favorite rock song of all time.
It is.
But just the flat out 70s rock record on Layla to me is there's just never been anything cooler as far as a guitar lick or even what it's about. And then but I love the MTV Unplugged version he did, so I'll cover
Clapton
that from time to time.
Layla's Clapton. You got me on my knees lately. Yeah.
And you're promoting a comedy tour, so like I guess you've always been a comedy fan, and you're in Nashville, and you had gone to that Wild West festival.
Yeah, I hosted a night for the last 3 years, and where I would write specifically songs and some bits, and love the stand-up comedy world, and started getting into that and getting to know a few of these guys that are part of the special. And and for a long time, when I first started as a kid, I was singing I was from a little town of 1,200 people, and so I was booked solid. I was, it was the Lions Club luncheon, and then the mother-daughter banquet at the local Methodist church. I mean, I was able to get $50 a night anytime I wanted to go sing. But I learned early on that it's like, okay, you can sing these songs, but it's what's happening between the songs that's really sort of where people will judge whether or not they had a good time. Because there's nothing worse to me than going to see a performer where nothing happens between songs. Like
we just saw Guns N' Roses, and they were great. And I was like, I wish Axl had talked to the crowd a little bit more. Yeah. As amazing as the show was, he didn't talk to the crowd at all. I was like,
Not at all?
I kind of
He
like
didn't
when
say
there's
anything?
not really. No, I kind of like when there's a little interaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and especially on acoustic nights. Like if there's a night where there's and so I learned quickly some of those little things in your bag of tricks that always work. That ways to do that. And so this is an expansion of that, trying to do stand up and also hosting the CMA Awards every year, like Carrie and I have done. We write that and we've worked on our shtick quite.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Or do you feel that she would be violent at any point in time?
Oh, definitely. Are you kidding me? She's
That's a
killed
violent woman.
Way more people than.
Where's the Christianity?
Well,
where's the forgiveness?
I think that it says in the Bible that you can kill a man. When a woman kills a man, it's okay. I think that's Philippians. Isn't that Philippians or something?
I remember that part.
Yes.
I do remember that part as well.
Do you get laughs on stage when you're in between songs?
Yeah, I try.
Do you know? Because I've watched. I love Elvis, and Elvis is the only icon who has ever bombed in front of his own crowd. He's the best. Elvis would tell jokes, and they would never get laughs. He was just I guess he was on pills. He didn't give a shit. But it was just fun to watch Elvis, barreling out jokes, and then they were just getting nothing from the audience. It was so great to watch this guy bombing in front of his own crowd.
I will roast my audience, and they've gotten to know me enough that I can get away with it. Like how like there's a lot of sort of pandering to your audience in rock or country music, because you stand up there and it's like this is the greatest city in all the world. I'll stand up and I'll go, what do you people live here for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do that in the middle of a concert. Minneapolis. It's like, yeah, Minneapolis. It's great to be here. No, it's not. It's winter. What the hell are we doing here?
Is there something about like comedy where when you do something as well as you've done country music, I'd say you've mastered country music. Not that you're finished
I don't know about that, but
well, you've done.
He keeps going back to finished.
You've
My
done
God.
very, very well.
He's trying to get you out the paint, bro.
Yeah.
Do you look at like a comedian and go like, that's something I'd like to really master as well?
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm a student of it. I've watched many a stand-up special and sort of studied why how you get this thread through sort of an evening, those things where you sort of seamlessly weave into stuff. And it's easy for me when I write a couple songs. I can do that, I'll write something that's kind of, that's a bit, that's actually, like there are songs as writers in Nashville where we write things all the time that don't make the record. And that's all this is. A stand-up special is sort of me saying, oh, this is a venue where I can play that song about dating your cousin that we wrote that I would never put on a record, but boy, it kills when I sing it. So, and it's kind of fun to do that. But the hard part, like we were saying, is in between songs. It's like, how do you weave them together and do a cohesive bit?
Yeah. And let me just promote Brad. It's called Brad Paisley's Comedy Rodeo. It's a 1-hour special available now on Netflix. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Tuesday, August 15th. Sorry. And it's got Mike E. Winfield, who I don't know. Dave Hasselhoff.
Mike's amazing.
Is he a good comic?
Yes, he's amazing.
I know John Heffron's a buddy of mine. I know Nate Bargatze's really funny.
Nate Bargatze's really
funny. And also
funny,
John Reap and Sarah Tiana. And so you
Sarah's really funny too.
Oh, I don't know Sarah.
And John is John's really funny. The bit that John does in this special is all about how he finds his dad's porno tape. And it's an amazing sort of, and what's crazy is it's kind of PG. The whole thing's PG, his thing, and yet he's talking about finding that tape and what happened, and it's true.
Have you ever done? Because I know John Mayer. I love John because John goes on and John likes to be funny.
Yeah.
So he'd come down to the Comedy Cellar sometimes, and he'd go on and just do pure comedy sets.
Yes, he does stand up.
Did you ever want to do like a pure set where you just go up there and just talk and see how it goes? Oh, you have.
I've done it a lot. Yeah.
How'd it go?
It went great. I actually have done. Kevin Nealon's one of my best friends, and I'll go sit in with him at the Laugh Factory. I've done that before, where we'll go out. He does a new material night, which is fantastic. Which is like, I love that. Where the night that I did it, Jeselnik was there, and he had, it's just people holding. They're holding cue cards, and they're
the best. We have a new joke night at the Cellar.
Fat Black Pussycat around the corner.
Fat Black Pussycat. They do it Monday and Thursdays. It's my favorite show.
How
in the
many
city.
bomb? How many
What percentage of the jokes?
Yeah.
If your jokes aren't bombing, you're fucking up. It should be new.
Right.
When I see people doing their old stuff, I'm like, what are you wasting?
What do
this
you want?
for?
Saturday Night Last for $10? You jackass! This is what you're here for, to work on material.
No,
but it's crazy.
Exactly. And I love that tightrope of all of that. I love it.
The worst is when you're bombing. Like we can always get out of a good bomb, but the worst is when you're bombing and you're like, okay, I'm bombing. Now let me pull out. Yeah. And you can't. That's the worst. When you think like the tricks that normally get you out of it when they don't, and you're like, oh my God, I'm like legitimately fucking bombing.
There's a moment in this special that's my favorite moment of the whole thing, which is 100% just I am about to bomb because I, out of the blue, decide I didn't prepare it, but I had written a song for my wedding. My wife wanted a song, and I was like, I've written you like 10 songs. That's why you're marrying me. She's like, no, I want one for our wedding. I want one that you just wrote for this. And I'm like, That's not fair. The Little Moments was like number 2 on the chart. I'm not gonna, no, but you wrote that to win me over. I want one now. And so I like had this assignment, and so I wrote a song.
That's the cousin fucking one.
No, that's later. That one's pure fantasy. This one's all true. This is called the Toilet Seat Song, and because we went to some 2-bit hack counselor that her entire problem that she found, premarital counseling, her entire problem was that I don't put the toilet seat down. That was the main issue we were going to have in our marriage.
Jim's got a great solution for that.
She should put it up.
No, I just date trans women, so it doesn't matter.
That's right. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Nice little smooth lead in there. Thank you.
Don't even
boy.
Alley-oop?
Yep. You did like round half a second.
Seat. You just don't even bolt the thing on the thing, do you?
That's absolutely amazing, though, that that's somebody's job. You've paid a person to let you know, this could be an issue if you keep leaving the toilet seat
You
up.
sound just like her.
I don't know why they want us to leave the toilet seat down. That just gets it peed on more.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But basically, with the special, I pulled that out of my butt. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to play this one. Because you never know, it might make the special. And I said, I talk about this and why I wrote this song, and I'm about to sing it. But see, I had actually been doing this for 10 years, this song, and I started to sing it, and I can't remember the opening line or the second line. And so, luckily, there were a lot of my fans in the audience, and I was like, does anybody have the lyric on this? And they did. Like somebody,
Wow.
And we left all that in there. Like it's me going through the audience, getting a phone, reading it off the phone as I'm doing the song, and it works. It's my favorite thing in the whole special.
Yeah, because for a comedian, you don't remember the joke, and for a singer, I've never seen a singer not remember a song before. I would love to watch someone as good as you fumbling to get the lyrics.
Get to see that.
Yeah, go to a Nas show.
That's worth your $10.
Nas doesn't remember any of his lyrics when he raps. It's hilarious.
I love that. Ozzy would always sing because he was dyslexic, so he would always sing the verses in reverse. He would always sing the lines in reverse, or he would fuck up and sing the same one twice. I loved it. I love when a live show comes apart.
Going off the train and the crazy rails.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a falling apart makes a live show. That's why people like stand-up, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yes,
and that's
it's
why
real.
when someone heckles, everybody shuts up to listen to your response.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd work always gets a big reaction.
I love heckle.
Have you been heckled?
Oh yeah, in concert, the main heckle that happens in concert, like last night, there was a girl who just and I pretended not to hear because you got the ear monitor in and we're playing really loud, but she was louder, and she just kept yelling. She just kept getting closer and moving up to the front row and just yelling, "It's my birthday!" Just yelling, "It's my birthday!" over and over again. And I swear she did that for 2 hours last night. Every single song. It's my birthday. It's like, what do you want?
Did you acknowledge it at all or not?
It was easier not to because I didn't know. I could tell she was the one that it would not end. If I'd acknowledged, there would have been no way out.
What would have been great if he went, "Did anybody have any birthdays?" Then when she screamed, went, "All right, no one." And then went back.
All right, you just gave me a bit. Thank you.
And played another song. But to stand there and scream in a live performance, it's so crazy.
Dude.
Have you got nasty heckles, though?
Yeah.
Like that was a nice heckle. And those are harder. Because a nice heckle is like somebody's trying to have fun with you.
You're trying to be nice.
So you can't shit on them because they actually really love you. They just don't know what they're doing is wrong. Those are the words. "You're my favorite." And it's like, I gotta cut you off.
Thank you.
But what about, what's the worst thing anybody said to you? Do they try to roast you?
No, that's the beauty of being a musician. Typically, you're pretty loud. You know? And I mean, for the most part, it's sort of like it's more like mad that you didn't sing what they wanted. Or something. Like sing. It was fun in Sweden the other day because we just toured there, and they're a different audience. They don't know which songs were hits. So all the way back to my first album, which is 17 years ago now. I mean, we're talking about they know the words to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no line there, and there was somebody holding up a note that said, or a big thing that said "Play Cloud of Dust." That's like track 7, first album. It's about a drought in Texas. It has nothing to do with Sweden, and not only that, but I haven't sung it since like 1999.
Could you remember the words if you had to or no?
No way. And I looked down and I'm like, and they're like, and they were really great people. You could see them. They had waited forever and they're wanting to hear "Cloud of Dust." And I'm like, I would do that for you if I knew the first word of it. And I don't even know any of it. I know the hook is "Cloud of Dust."
Yeah.
And so the next night they wrote them out on poster board.
Wow.
Did you sing it?
Yeah.
Off the poster board.
Yeah, I used cue cards and did
That's amazing.
Does your voice go at all? Because being a singer seems like so much fun, but then you guys have to worry about your voice going. So what do you do if your voice is kind of shut?
I'm typically very good, knock on wood, about knowing when I'm reaching that line and shutting up. And that's the thing. I haven't ever, the only time I ever had to cancel, I had to cancel Austin City Limits once and come back and do it later because I had lost my voice. And the only other thing I had that weekend was a private show in Texas for a corporation, and they didn't care if I could sing or not. So I basically went and did that and sounded terrible.
Oh, really?
And
did you tell them before, like, hey, look, this is not?
Yeah, they didn't care. You know what I mean? It was like people eating dinner and in suits.
They're just happy that you were there doing a gig.
Yeah,
I would like to meet you. That's what it's
sing
about.
it. No, yeah, exactly.
Question. Okay, I grew up here in New York City, and look, a lot of times you would hear people say this sentence. What's your favorite type of music? I like all types of music except country.
Yeah, I've heard that.
There's a prejudice against country.
There's a prejudice against country. I
Some people
admittedly
can't wait
had
to
it.
tell me that.
Why? What is this about? I just found country, by the way. Who put me on? Was it you put me on?
No, I put you onto some more stuff once you got started.
I think it's multi-layered. It's sort of like the twang aspect of it. Some of the stuff it doesn't have as much of that anymore as it used to. I mean, and in my opinion, unfortunately, but. It's easier, it's more palatable now because it sort of more represents. I mean, it sounds a little more like 70s rock, honestly, or even pop. But I think that there's a twang aspect that you just associate, that steel guitar and that twangy guitar thing that rubs certain New Yorkers their own way, maybe. And I think that, but it's an acquired thing. It's like your first sip of beer is sort of, typically kind of like, what is this all about?
It's also
you start to know the
unless
nuances
that
of
beer
it.
is Rascal Flatts.
Well, that's true.
It's also associated, and probably unfairly so, for a long time. People were seeing like, well, you're racist like country. It's associated with bad social things, even though there's no connection to the guys doing it now at all. But it probably has no. It's like people say with rap, they think, oh, the guys are shooting each other. It has a weird association.
Well, they also think that the subject matter isn't relatable. Like if you live in New York City and we're singing about tractors, and that was the thing that I always wondered too. It's similar to like going over
White
to
people love NWA.
Oh, yeah.
And they cannot relate to fuck the police at all.
No, we just love saying the name of the group.
Yeah, right. But I think like when you think about, it's the same reason why it worked for me to sing country music in Sweden. They don't have 4-wheel drives and go mud bogging in Sweden. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they also don't wear cowboy hats typically.
Right.
But when I come to town and we do something, they're decked out. I mean, it's chaps and holsters. They're like ready. They think this is the Wild West. And in that sense, it's fantasy. And I think New Yorkers feel that too with country. Like now, there's people going, oh, it's fun to play dress up for a weekend and get our button down shirts and cowboy
they go to
hats.
that Stagecoach
We have to
event or whatever.
We have to rap with you. It's not that we want to, but they're telling us.
I'm sure I gave them the signal. I was like, nah, I can't.
Get me out of here.
Done with this show.
Roland is panicking back there, and so I want to promote properly what you're here to promote. It's obviously Brad Paisley, Paisley.com, and Brad Paisley on Twitter, and it's Brad Paisley's Comedy Rodeo 1 hour.